Good morning, Sassy fam. Welcome to your Thursday check-in. I hope you're well. I hope you're fabulous. Today's check-in is for the past, present, and future. That is a 5-card baseline wherein I briefly look at, you guessed it, a little bit of the past, a little bit of the present, and a little bit of the future. Clarifiers throughout. Like always with the past, present, and future reading, as with all tarot reading, take what resonates, leave what does not. And if a second energy pops up on your board today, then you reverse those energies as you see fit. As I was getting ready this morning, on YouTube, they are running the Bob Ross Marathon live. Oh, yes. So we tuned into that. And as I was getting ready, I just got a little bit more creative, as is the magic of Bob Ross, because when you tune into Bob, suddenly, well, I don't know, there's just so much more room for expression. There's so much more room for creativity and color, and that's where I found myself this morning. So instead of happy little trees, if you will, it's like happy little lipstick. Okay. Happy little accessories. And here we are. Like I said, the magic of Bob Ross. Once more, happy birthday to Scorpio. And then for those of you who celebrate Guy Fawkes Day, I hope it was awesome. Did you catch that full moon? Oh, it was a bold, sexy thing, wasn't it? Oh, yes. Yes, very powerful. Gorgeous supermoon. You can still see some of it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's, at this point in time, still almost in its complete total effect. Yeah. But, yeah, other than that, not much else going on, you guys. There you go. Let's keep the intro short, shall we? So, I will see you for the Sunday check-in, and I will see you for your sign today. Take care. Be well. Leo, what's up? Show me Leo, please. Past, present, and future. Yeah. All right. Past, strength, you. Rising, 9 of Swords. Present day, the High Priestess. Okay. 2 of Cups before you. Outcome is the 6 of Cups. Oh, beautiful. Lots of love there. Care, support. Strength, you. In the past. You being yourself. Needing strength of will. Okay? Because you rose into the 9 of Swords, something was on your mind. Anxiety, fear, but something was on your mind. Perhaps day and night, I don't know. But you used your form of strength to rise and meet that and understand it. Present day, the High Priestess. Okay. You kind of made an agreement with yourself. I need to tune into myself more. And listen to myself. The quieter voice. The intuitive voice. Okay. And when you do that, and that seems to be happening for you now, you go into a beautiful flow state. All right, with someone that you care about of the past, 6 of Cups, you've known them a long time. You could say soul bonded, that's up to you. But someone whom you've known a long time and you have a unique emotional imprint with, okay? All right, let's get cracking. Show me strength, please. Show me strength. Knight of Cups, 3 of Swords. Oh, the Tower. Ouch. Ouch. You might call that an unexpected journey and pain. There's something in the past that crossed your timeline, and for reasons I don't quite understand, but perhaps you would. You didn't think it would hurt you, but it did. A Tower, 3 Swords, Knight of Cups. In some way, wherever your heart was trying to go, it got hurt. The thing is, you weren't expecting it to. Like, this will not affect me. This will not hurt me. That could be your pride talking in the past. I don't know. But it did. It's kind of like thinking or saying I was a fool to not think that this would hurt me or impact me. And you can kind of take that on the chin, the spiritual chin now. It did. You see that now. You get it. You're showing me remarkable strength to look at that in the past and be open to the truth of it. Because that's an internal tower. That's not an external one. That's internal. Let's be clear about that. That's the kind you experience on the inside. And it just hits you at 3 a.m. in the middle of the night. Oh, shit. I was indeed impacted by this. And this, for some reason, you really weren't expecting to. And it's kind of like universe's way of saying, well, that's silly, Leo. That's very silly. Why do you think that? Of course your heart got broken. You can't break what wasn't there. Your heart was there in some way. Knight of Cups. But like I said, you did a good job, if you will, taking that on the chin. The spiritual chin. We're never too old or never too proud to get our asses kicked, right? That's just and I mean that in the spiritual way and the emotional way, and that hurt, I know, but you accepting it and rising to the strength of it, that it really kind of shows who you are, yeah? The strength. It's like, okay, here's the truth of it. I see it. Okay. You really weren't expecting to get hurt. But again, you can't break what's not there. But that's the thing about the Tower. It has a way of pointing these things out to us. Like, we know you thought this. Here's the truth. Okay. And maybe it's not your pride, but that sense of discipline's tied to it. I'm too disciplined for that. There's no way that can happen to me. I'm too spiritually strong-willed or too disciplined for something like this to happen. And I think that was the vibe there. Not so much the pride, although those are a representation of pride. But if we broke it down further, I'm guessing that's what we're looking at. Okay? Nine of Swords. I'm too strong to be hurt. I'm too disciplined. I wouldn't allow that to happen to me. Something like this. But now we know. We're in tune with the feeling now. We get it. And I'm not going to lie. It stressed you out. Nine of Swords. Page of Cups. Devil. Two of Cups. Oh, man. It feels really bad. Yeah. Yeah. It feels really bad. But this is already kind of in your past. Okay, this is something that you've been processing. It feels really bad, and it freaks you out sometimes, how much actually the heart was present instead of the opposite of it. Yeah, it's wincing. It's a lot of wincing. It's like, oh God, oh wow, okay, yeah. Love was there the whole time. Oh God. And there's times where it feels good, and there's times where it feels gross, and it's like, why didn't I see that? Why? Oh, Leo, how did we not know? You were, honestly, you were very convinced you couldn't be heartbroken. It's like, I'm too big. I'm too big to fail. I'm too big to have my heart broke. Oh, on the contrary, you're never too old for an ass whooping. That's something I've been saying that since I don't know how long. It's really not about age. It's about lesson, you know. You're never too old for a lesson. Therefore, you're never too old to get your ass whooped. So it's really true. The Tower 3, you really thought you were too big to fail or too disciplined to be heartbroken, and yet in some way your heart showed up for this. Again, you can't break what isn't there. So yeah, I know, I get that. That's very uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable. And it's internal. I'm not seeing the connection of the relationship or whatever this was. I'm seeing your internal process towards it. Okay? It freaks you out. It was there. It was always there. And it's like, this is the thing I was afraid of. I was afraid of the feelings. Yeah, that's why you actually kind of convinced yourself you couldn't be hurt by them. Because what happened is what you were afraid of what was happening the whole time. Yeah. That's it. It's already done. It's after the fact. That devil's an internal twisted fear. You were terrified of this thing catching feelings, or you're catching feelings for it. So therefore, that's what happened. So you told yourself that wouldn't be possible, right? We have a way of bringing out into the world the thing that we're afraid of the most. You were terrified of developing feelings for this, so naturally you did. And it's like I said, there's a lot of wincing in there. Oh, God. Oh, God. I get it. Oh, I get it. In that situation, I can remember when they looked at me like that, or they said that particular thing, or I was feeling this and I shut it down and I didn't want to see it. You know. Yeah, it was there. I'm not trying to give you shit. I just want to let you know that you're working through it, and it gets really uncomfortable. But it seems to me you would already know. Okay? Take it resonates, leave it does not. This is not me casting judgment upon you. This is me helping you trying to work through this shit. Okay? So just because you're Leo dominant does not mean this is your reading. You either A, identify, or B, you do not. And if you do, let me know. Okay? This is very human, what you went through. Very human. No, I don't see it as a toxic situation. I'm saying how you interpret it now. That's what I was afraid of this whole fucking time. Yeah. You were afraid the feelings would get real, and that's how it played out. But it's hindsight now. You can reflect on it, okay? One day you might even get to the point where you can reflect on that and just kind of give yourself a kind of sigh and a chuckle. You know what I mean? You'll get there. One day, you'll get there. Not to dismiss what happened, not at all. It's the mark of healing, you know? The Lovers, 4 of Cups, and the Hanged Man. See? Okay, so that's actually some interesting insight right there that you're experiencing now, more or less. Now, the High Priestess, it's intuitive. Again, everything here is very internal. I've yet to see any solid 3D. Most of what happened already happened in the past. So the Lovers, 4 of Cups, the Hanged Man, and it kind of, this time, it's much more gentle realization within you, intuitively. I think we were both unhappy. Yes. Yeah. Intuitively, such a gentle insight, such a gentle reflection. That Lovers here is a strong connection. I see how you tried to be like, oh no, it's just... No, it wasn't. Oh, it was quite large scale, wasn't it? Quite large scale. But we couldn't see it or experience it at the time because we were so focused on us being disciplined. We wouldn't catch feelings. We're too big for that. That's what we were terrified of, and it happened, right? So, intuitively here, when you're in a calmer place, much more quieter place, you're going to be able to reach inside yourself and pull out this gentle realization. I think we were both unhappy. And we were trying to fulfill some sort of emotional space in each other's lives. Huzzah. Light bulb. It's going to be great. It's going to be beautiful. And it's going to tell you the mark of progress you made and how much you have worked through this. Okay. Because that is such a gentle, soft, and probably very, very true realization. We were both unhappy when we connected. We were trying to feel something in each other's lives. Okay? But you were on your guard for one reason or another, and I think you minimized the connection. I'm pretty sure you did. You spent a lot of time deflecting. And for their part, I don't know what their process was, but I think you are dead on bang. You were both unhappy, and that is going to give you a lot of material to work with the Hanged Man. Okay? Something to think about that's positive and probably true. We were both unhappy back then. We found each other at that time in our lives. They were missing something, I was missing something, and we were trying to fill in those missing gaps, that's all. You know what's interesting is that it speaks to present day. Sometimes you wonder if it's still like that with them. Are they happy? Am I happy? But mostly it's in reflection that's going to give you a lot of peace. Okay? About why all this happened at all. Oh, yes. This is where that kind of quiet, soft, feminine, intuitive self takes over. Instead of trampling on old, frightful memories and scary impressions. She's a lot more gentler. Okay? All right. 2 of Cups. Oh, 2 of Cups. I just saw it. Sorry. I really did just see it. Oh, 2 of Cups before in the future. Okay. What about it, please? 5 of Pentacles, the 7 of Cups, 2 of Wands. Okay, now I'm starting to see a splash of the 3D. And it's still kind of hypothetical, but I see somebody here choosing to open up. I'm not saying you have to. I'm not saying it's your responsibility, Leo. But whatever, man. It is what it is. I don't know, but you will. It's either going to be you or a them, but I do know it's that same 2 of Cups, the same one that we were terrified to catch feelings for, and that's exactly what happened, because look at the mess. Look at the fucking mess. Okay, do you have any idea the size of my mop and bucket to clean this shit up? Okay, so like I said, it's going to get a lot easier for you right here. when we have a better understanding or grip about why you two connected at all. It's going to give you a lot more guidance than just being stuck up in your head. So we'll take that. Now, someone's opening up. Long story short, 2 of Cups, 2 of Wands, that's active decision / communication. 7 of Cups, the variety of feelings and the exploration of them. The 5 of Pentacles to address the break-in or abandonment. Is there something still here to work with? Is it repairable? Mind you, it's not by leaps and bounds. It's just enough. It's just enough to get this dialogue going. It's just enough. It's not impertinent. It's not overstepping anything. It's just, I would even say it's a polite inquiry. But behind it is this kind of need for, I just maybe need to know they're okay. That's it. All right. Very good. 6 of Cups. Let's see that 6 of Cups, please. Ten of Swords. 6 of Cups twice, 10 of Cups. Oh, wow. Hey, congratulations both. Believe it or not. I hope that you do. You two are deeply bonded, more than just the lovers. You two have a shared history. It came up twice, so they reflect on it. Their energy has reflected on you twice in a very similar way at the intuitive level, and that remains in future. So yeah, that was a really tight bond, huh? One we told ourselves we weren't going to catch feelings for. Let's remember that. Just kidding. It's there. It was going to happen, guys. It was going to happen. It was going to happen. You two are more alike in here than you are anywhere else. Okay? You just have a way of understanding each other. There's a sweetness when you two are connected, nostalgia. Okay? It's more than that. You have a lover's bond and a kind of soul bond, if you believe in that. Okay? And it's par for course. 10 of Swords, 10 of Cups. Like I said, you may not believe it, but I actually see the harmonization effect despite the pain. What started out as a polite inquiry, I just wanted to see if you're okay, whatever the reason is. Actually, you two find space for each other. The harmony gets a lot better. I'm seeing the mix of you two in each other's lives, not the absence of it. Okay, that's what's here. Yeah, we'll work through the pain. The both of you are finding harmony with each other. Okay, beautiful. Well done. I like that, how things start as a simple inquiry, and there it is again. After that, I don't know. It's not a guarantee of anything. I don't know if it leads to commitment. I don't know if it leads to anything other than the fact that, celebration. Gifts. Is there something here about gifts? Abundance, maybe, celebration, connectivity, but be open to receive gifts, or to give them, or to receive them. Gift. That's you, darling. Okay. Ace of Wands, that's you. Meaningful coincidences. Yes, meaningful coincidences. Things are adding up for you. Okay. That are pointing in a certain direction. We have one letter, A. We have the medallion, twice, Pisces. Pisces twice, yes. You might have some very strong Pisces in your chart. Could be connecting to it. The season might be in portion to you. We also have the Captain's Wheel, Wheel of Fortune, and the World. Time moves forward always. But worlds come and go. Doors open, they close, and then as the wheel moves forward, sometimes it reminds us of the past and it reopens old doors too. Okay? But still, time moves forward. Make the use of it. Make your best use of it. And then, I know the infinity loop is here. I understand we're bonded in a deep way to this person. We've seen that a couple of times. And then we have the star. The small star could be the sign of Aquarius. In that respect, the timeline might be important or the sign might be important. But here I'm seeing simple hopes, wishes, wants, desires. Okay? Leo, honey, I hope this helps you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Sag, what's up? Show me Sagittarius, please. Past, present, and future. All right, in the past, 2 of Cups, rising, Queen of Wands, present day, 5 of Cups. Before you, 10 of Wands, and the outcome is the Ace of Wands. Okay, some lightness of being there towards the end, which is good. In the past, recent, long-term, up to you, 2 Cups, some sort of emotional connection there. All right? Rising into the Queen of Wands, you, okay? Felt good. For a while there, you felt good. Passionate, alive, turned on, lit up, inspired, creative even. Five of Cups in present day, haunting. Sadness of the past. It's different. It's different now. You experience that very differently now. Before you, Ten of Wands, heaviness there. Hardship, but Ace of Wands. It gets lighter. It gets lighter for you. All right? Two of Cups. What's up? What's going on? Ten of Wands. The Magician. Two of Wands. He said, you know, whatever this love is, it's not easy. I admit that. It weighs on me. It's just not easy. There is some distance there. I don't always get to experience this when I want. Or perhaps as easily as I would like. But nonetheless, I feel like it's mine. Okay? So you carried on. You asked for more. It's like whatever this emotional bond is to me, it's not the easiest. It's not the easiest of feelings, and they're not easily returned to me. But nonetheless, I choose to keep it open. The Magician, Two of Wands. So you are showing me the choice to continue to keep this emotional bond in your life, even though it seemed to come at a cost. There's a weight attached to it, a heaviness. And you're saying some distance there might have been an issue, some space. Perhaps too much distance between you two. Or for whatever reason you interpreted the emotional bond as being difficult to execute or participate in. You're like, nonetheless, it's mine. I continue to choose it. And that means you also chose the responsibility attached to it. Ten of Wands, the heaviness. Okay? So you knew about that Ten of Wands from the beginning. You did. Saying this is not the easiest of dynamics, but still, I choose it. Okay? All right, thank you. That was very honest. I appreciate that. But it weighed on you. Choosing this weighed on you. But nonetheless, you continue to manifest it into your world in some way. Queen of Wands. Ten of Cups. Seven of Pentacles. And the Hanged Man. You did your absolute best to keep yourself open to this and include it into your everyday way of life. You really did. Okay. Ten of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, the Hanged Man. Oh my gosh. It was really hard to cultivate this thing into a direction that made sense to you. Ten of Cups, to be clear, you wanted to harmonize with this. You really did. You wanted this situation, you wanted this cup in your life. Okay, this heart space, whatever that is to you. You wanted it in your life. But man, I tell you what, it was not easy trying to find space for it. And that was part of the piece that made it so hard, Ten of Wands. The hardship that you said from the very beginning was going to be problematic. Allowing this thing room to grow. Giving it space in your life, or them finding space for you. But you did. The Hanged Man, you're very clever. Very clever. The Hanged Man, Seven of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. With some good thinking, you found ways to include this in your life over the years. And I say years because that wasn't a couple of days. That wasn't a couple of months. It was longer than that. I mean, over the years, you kept trying to find ways to include this freaking Two of Cups, this difficult Two of Cups in your life. You really did. You tried to harmonize, work with it for years at the emotional level. And why? Because it meant something to you. It lit you up. It inspires you in some way. You felt that you could, so you did. And you were very creative. You were very clever. Stretched out over years. But you were determined, and I mean determined, fiercely determined, to find space for this in your life, to make it fit somehow, in some way. So I don't know what that Two of Cups is to you, what that heart space represents, but you were determined. You're so resourceful. Finding ways to make it work. You put a lot of thought into it. You really did. Do they know how much you try to include them, make space for them? But regardless, I'm not reading them, I am looking at you. You are quite creative. But that growth was really difficult to deal with, or perhaps lack of growth. Okay. Tells me it wasn't returned so much, perhaps. And that's one of the things you had to take responsibility for, or you felt that you did. I know they're not going to be able to give as much as I do, or something like that. Or that they can't include me in their world as much as I would like, so I can at least try on my side. And so you did. Okay. You have your reasons. 5 of Cups, and then the Tower, and the 9 of Wands, and then Judgment. Yeah, you had some very strong insight about the past and these past endeavors, and how, you know, what you tried to do was a worthy thing, but not necessarily for the situation or person. I see that you did your best to make space for somebody and include them. And that in and of itself is not wrong. That's not a bad practice. That's not a bad feeling, or it's just not. But applied to this situation, it was folly. It was a tower. And 9 of Wands and Judgment, that's something we resisted for a long time, but it's catching up to you now. Okay, we resisted this insight for a long time. And it hurts. It hurts you a lot, because you can look back on this 5 of Cups as past orientation of emotional upset, disappointment, loss, and regret. It's like, I regret working so hard, carrying that much responsibility to make space for someone who couldn't or wouldn't do the same for me. I thought I could handle it. You really did. You thought you could handle it. And by all rights, you had every reason to think that you did. You kept your expectations low, okay? Your activities infrequent. No pressure there. And you found clever ways to include this in your life. You got really creative with it, okay? But it seems like, from your point of view, you're the only one who took any real damage, and perhaps that's true. I see most of the endeavors coming from you. The will, the emotion, the effort. So again, you doing these things and practicing them and trying to make space for somebody in life, that's not a bad thing at all. It's just who you're trying to apply it to. You told me from the beginning, and to your full credit, 10 of Wands, you said you knew this wasn't going to be easy. You knew. And you did it anyway. Love isn't always easy. But in order to know if you should continue on in these things in some way, you should have a stronger understanding that it's being returned to you, and that someone has the same sort of concern that you do, and that they would bear the weight as equally as you would. And that's how you know it's worth it, no matter how hard it gets. Okay. I see how you try to keep this thing close, but not too close. Try to include it without smothering it. Try to make space for it emotionally without demanding too much from it. 2 of Cups, non-directional. You can have a 2 of Cups with anybody. 10 of Cups, a place in my life, please. In a nondescript way. So I don't know. But you worked really hard to include them, just to kind of see for yourself that was the problem. Okay. So just because you admitted to yourself in the very beginning this wasn't going to be easy, it's kind of like realizing later that doesn't mean I was right, though. You know, just because I admitted it to myself. No, if anything, that should have been my first clue. And the Tower, 9 of Wands, and Judgment, and this is hitting you now. It's like the dawning, the realization of it all. But you're not chained to your past, and that's part of Judgment as well. You're due for a rebirth on this subject. You can rise again. It's appropriate that Judgment is the phoenix. You can rise from this, honey. You're not a slave to your past. Learn from it. Okay? It was a lesson. Not a life sentence, as I posted recently on Facebook. For things like this. Okay. Yeah, but there you go. Allow that to pass through. It's the truth. Now, 10 of Wands. What do we learn about the 10 of Wands? Indeed. Also, P.S., just loosely translated, with that much resistance, kind of tells you everything you needed to know. One person can't carry it all. Okay? One person can't cultivate it all. Perhaps better said. All right, 10 of Wands. I don't know what this dynamic is. This could have been the relationship you had with your mother, for all I know. But I see how it played out. The Hierophant, 4 of Cups, 9 of Swords. Yeah. This is not what you want to sign up for. Okay? There's an idea here of commitment, and this is not what we want to commit to. This is not a good or worthy idea of commitment. You carry, again, that sense of responsibility, that heaviness for someone who is worthy of commitment, because you understand it would be returned to you in times of hardship, and there will be times of hardship in any connection or commitment, no matter what it looks like. There will always be times of hardship. So choose someone who would have your back as much as you would have theirs. Okay? This is not what you signed up for. This is not the rodeo you want to sign up for. This is not the rodeo you want to commit to. This is not your version of commitment. 4 of Cups, 9 of Swords, and I want you to think about that heaviness. You carried this from the very beginning like it was your commitment. You had no reason to believe that. It is not your obligation. It is not your spiritual duty. No. And 4 of Cups, 9 of Swords. I see how you took that responsibility on like it was yours to bear. It wasn't. So I really want you to deeply reevaluate your connection to your spirit, and then also to what you believe commitment is, because this is not it. Okay? I'm just going to assume to do all the heavy lifting for us both, because I know that in some way you can't or you won't. So I'll do it for both of us. And no, we have some radical insight on that. Okay? So that 10 of Wands, you saved that, because things will get real. Things will get heavy. So make sure they're heavy with the right person. Okay? Because it's so dissatisfying. It's like, oh, it wasn't returned to me. Not at all. Yeah, no. I know. So that is pain. I understand that. Work through it. Allow yourself to work through it. Okay? These things have a tendency to roll through in waves. All right? So let it roll through. Learn from it. And really, really, Saggy honey, I want you to reassess what you understand commitment to be. Because it's like you took on way too much from the very beginning. And I don't know how you thought it was returned to you, if at all. It's almost like you said, I want to do the work of 2 people, the commitment of 2 people. Carrying the emotional weight and responsibility of this for 2 people. No. Ace of Wands. 5 of Pentacles, Strength, good, the Star. You will, I promise you. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm saying for the side I'm looking at, you will reroute your energies. I promise you. And you need to. You will focus on other things. Something else is before you in the future that's going to reignite in you a sense of direction, a strong one. Understanding that it represents strength to abandon this in a good way, because it's not for you. It's not for you. The abandonment, roughly speaking, there's abandonment. This is what I experienced, and it's very painful. And then there's abandonment because it's right for me. I got to leave this alone. I can't build into this. I shouldn't build into it. And strength, the strength to stop building into that and be at peace with it. And the Star, aim for something else. Something else to set your sight upon or your vision upon that is good for you and healthy for you. You will see and feel that for yourself in time, not too far out from where we are. And redirect your intent, your energies, your manifestations, and your sense of direction above all, and commit to that. Okay? I think you want to sign up very much to another future. Surrender, release, purge. That's very appropriate. Yes. Surrender, release, purge. Okay. Z, K, we have the Medine of Cancer, Aquarius, which I did see. Aquarius, specifically the timeline of Aquarius, might be very important to some of you. Aquarius, Cancer, and Scorpio. Oh, 2 Cancer. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to their season, might be important to you. Specifically, I see Scorpio season as your time to transform, and you'll be better idealized, realized by the end of the year, the beginning of the new as well. This is your time to transform, change, see this for what it was, understand this is not you. In some way, even if it's not like marriage commitment, I'm saying committed spiritually to this when you had no reason to. This is not commitment, not for you. Okay? Not that I'm saying. You have the opportunity for a fresh start and a fresh spirit. I want you to take it. Okay? That means allowing yourself to shed this like an old skin. It's not for you anymore. Okay. I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aries, what's up? Show me Aries, please. Past, present, and future. Yeah. What's up, Aries? Okay. Past, the sun, rising, temperance, present day, 4 of Pentacles. Okay. Before you, the world, outcome is the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Pretty straightforward story arc today, but as it resonates, like always. The sun is in the past, recent past, long-term past, up to you. There's a very strong idea of happiness. What does that mean to you? What makes you happy? What was part of your life goals that you understood constitutes happiness? Rising into temperance, patience with that. Carefully working through it. Okay. Giving yourself space to figure it out. Present day, 4 of Pentacles, holding on, and then right around the corner from that is letting go with the world. So you figured something out. It's kind of like, don't make a move until you know what you're doing. Just like in chess. 8 of Pentacles in the outcome. There's something else simply that you must work on. What's there to be done about it? It looks more prosperous or frankly more fluid to your skills and experience. So, I don't know that we're necessarily talking about career today, but clearly you're working on something that is, like I said, a lot more productive and or conducive to your goals. All right. The sun is in the past. Let's take a look at that. Show me the sun, please. The Hermit, Queen of Wands, you, the Wheel of Fortune. Ah, okay, you were thinking about long term. Very good. So at some point in the past, you started seriously asking yourself, Aries, what would make us happy? But in a practical way with the Hermit, yes? We're talking about life path here. So the Hermit here, deep contemplation. This is where I've been. That's what's behind me. I can see that with clarity. What did we learn from that? Okay, at this moment in time, juncture. Do we want to continue on this path, or do we want to take a different direction, y'all? Okay. The Queen of Wands. Yeah, you were absolutely involved. And the Wheel of Fortune. I think you saw other things for yourself in future, but it was in the past. So in the past, you took a hard look about where you wanted to be in future. And you reached that point in your life where you could stay where you were, continue on, no deviation. You could go left, you could go right, whatever. And you thought about that carefully. Carefully. I got this far in life. Is this where I want to continue to be? Will this continue to make me happy? Temperance, and you gave it a darn good think. We gave it a darn good think. But yeah, you were looking at happiness as a long-term prospect back then. Ten of Cups, Ace of Cups, and the Knights of Wands. Okay, good. I like to see that. That makes me very happy to see that. Surrounded by love and support, multiple characters in your life that care about you deeply. And that you say that you rise and shine for every day. I understand your energy quite well. That is your Knight. You're saying this is what's given you a lot of good insight over the years. The people that you surround yourself with, and that's the way it should be with your Ten of Cups, okay? We would generally refer to that as family, friends, but that also includes spouses, kids, lovers, whomever it is you harmonize with on a regular basis that makes you glad that they're there, okay? So again, family, friends, etc. So you're saying these folks in your life, be they 2 or 200, I don't care, have given you some really good insight about you over the years and, in fact, provide a huge source of motivation for you to get up and get out of bed in the morning and to do your thing. You're saying there's a lot of emotional security in here that you've built into and has been returned to you. And it's a great system. And you're saying they've given you good insight about you and how they want to see you happy and full of love and life, the way you have given that to them over the years. But it was a great, and hopefully it remains that way, emotional security network, if you will. Okay? It's beautiful. That's beautiful. And being surrounded by these people allowed you to love yourself more. Made you excited as time went by. So that's a core value that remains with you, your family, your friends. You're saying without them, your motivation wouldn't be the same. And you know that about yourself. So that's beautiful stuff, guys. I absolutely love that. I absolutely love that. But still, your happiness, figuring that out long-term, what it is you want to see for yourself. And what's made part of that possible is your motivation. Those that are in your life. Everything that you do with those folks in mind, and I see that about you. And I love that. A beautiful full heart space. 4 of Pentacles. However, 3 of Cups in reverse, 9 of Wands, 10 of Swords. Okay, yeah, present day. 4 of Pentacles, you're letting something go piece by piece. You're not going to try to bring it together anymore. 3 of Cups is in reverse, 9 of Wands, 10 of Swords. In fact, you're quite adamant. This is what I call dismantling. There's different variations of it, but this would be the simplest form. It's just dismantling. Whatever it is you've been holding on to, again, going back to that place of security and what you saw for yourself in a long-term vision or future, this ain't it. So you have been intentionally dismantling whatever this is, letting it go, piece by piece. 9 of Wands, 10 of Swords. It's like, I don't want to continue to bring this together anymore. So again, I'm not seeing these cups as being related to your core assets here for life and love, as you understand it. This is something here that you have been holding on to, forcing to keep it together, until you just can't or don't want to anymore. So 9 of Wands, 10 of Swords. You can't defend this anymore and you don't want to. You're holding on to it for now, but again, you're dismantling it piece by piece. I do see it as a realistic effort in a 3D world that has done its job and you don't want it in your life anymore. Okay? This is a conscientious dismantling, like I said. And you're glad to see it go. You can't wait to see it go, honestly. But you're saying it has to be done correctly. However it is you feel about it, it has to be done correctly. You look forward to the day when you can completely cycle this out of your life. Okay. So again, completely different from your kind of temperance era where you took your time and you understood. Oh, your deeper motivations. If you're going to change, it needs to be for the right reasons, and that includes you too. So it's not just about what makes you happy, it's what can lend support to your inner circle. I think you found a solution, because now you're showing me I'm willing to give this up. It's very dissatisfying. I don't particularly care for it. I haven't for a long time. And honestly, Christina, if I could throw it away today, I would. But I can't. It has to be let go of piece by piece. Okay? I got you. Trust me, there's times where I can see where you get very impatient with the process and you just wish it could be done. You could wrap it up, and whatever this is you've been holding on to, you wish you could just let it go like yesterday, but you're saying that's just not how life works for you. You wish, oh, trust me, honey, we all wish we could. We, but yeah, you're showing me strategy here. But yeah, you lose your patience with it. I just want to be done with that. It's coming. Oh, you're going to close it out by the end of the year, aren't you? Well, that makes sense. I was wondering how much longer is that going to take, because I'm looking at it and I'm getting impatient for you. Yeah, for some of you, by the end of the year, this will be done. Okay, and you can move on to other things. Which you took the time back here to sort out, what do I want to do in the long term? Because apparently this ain't it. You're tired of bringing it together, making it work, just to make it work for you. It's not. That hasn't worked for you in a long time, whatever this is. The world, show me. Yeah, I know it's a balance. I know. Queen of Pentacles. It's a bullshit balance. Don't get me wrong. It's something, and it looks like you and someone else have been participating in for a long time. You two kept it going. I don't know that it's necessarily tied to a relationship here. I see the contributions of two people in this balance. Okay. It's one that you really don't want to keep anymore. You really don't. And you are looking forward to closing it out by the end of the year, and it looks like it's a conjoined effort with someone else. Okay. But yeah, it's something here that does not seem to do well for you in terms of your life. Lifestyle is not productive enough, or frankly, it's just, it doesn't meet your standards for satisfaction anymore about how you lend to the household, work, etc. Okay? But yeah, it's something here also you don't want to see balanced against your relationship either. Okay? That's what it looks like to me. Again, I'm not necessarily convinced you're closing out a relationship here as something that affects it, or two people have contributed to it and neither one of you sees the point of it anymore. Okay? All right. Piece by piece, bit by bit. Eight of Pentacles is in the outcome. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. But yeah, as it resonates. Ace of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles, oh, the Magician, and the Page of Swords. Yeah, you really just want to focus on that path. So for those of you who have new work opportunities, congratulations. You're showing me you need to focus on it. There's a lot going on in there. And I can kind of see where you had to eventually give some of this away so you could pay more attention to this. That's all you want to do is put more focus into this work. Eight of Pentacles are saying there's a lot to learn and there's a lot to do. There's a lot to catch up on. I believe you. Some element of learning is involved. Okay. And time management here is involved as well. And you're just showing me the Magician. I need more time with this. I need more time with this. I'm learning. I'm growing into it. I'm managing all the responsibilities now. So this feels a little alien to you here in the outcome. Okay, so even though you said this is what's going to make you happy for the long term, there is a learning curve attached to it. Okay, there's a precursor before you can completely jump in there and take it over with the Eight of Pentacles. This is the master of our craft here. This is someone who knows the in and outs of that particular job. You're saying, I'm learning the ins and outs of this particular job, and you're trying to get in tune with it literally. So I just see your focus going to that. So this is dropping off just in time. It has to be done correctly. I see where you lose your patience with it, but you are getting it out of your life piece by piece. You and whomever's connected, I told you, I wasn't convinced the relationship is going out. But in terms of you and perhaps a partner here contributing to this, no, it's done. I don't want to do with it anymore, right? We don't want to do this anymore. So whatever that is, that again, perhaps speaks to it's okay, but it's not great. Potentially a source of income, or where something here, time, energy, and effort's just involved between these two, and you can't be bothered to mess with it anymore. It's done. By the end of the year, it's done. And then, boom, there you go. No rest for the wicked, eh? I'm not saying you're wicked, it's just an expression. But yeah, Eight of Pentacles, no. You intend to make this new thing, this Eight of Pentacles, your sole source of income, your expertise, your field of expertise. It's going to become your new skill set and or mastercraft, if you will. Okay, but it requires a lot of upfront learning, and juggling of time. Okay. So, again, looking at that opening, you figured out some time ago what it is that would make you happy and that you were going to have to make changes. Yeah, and that's one of the benefits, the beauty of the Hermit, is that in-depth look of our path, and we can make adjustments accordingly. We're not threatened by change if we can see it coming, right? We plan for it. You are, I must say, looking at this at the most frustrating phase of the whole thing. I tell you what, because if you could ditch this yesterday, you would have. But yeah, whatever that balance is, you're dismantling it, giving less and less to it every day. And when it's time, you will be completely done with it. I'm calling it. End of the year. Okay? I'm glad you're making the space. You're going to need it. You've been manifesting since... Yeah, we got there. We got there, Chief. Yeah. And perhaps for some of you, by last Virgo season, which marks the end of summer and early fall, early autumn. Your new direction. And you've been working on it methodically since. It might have picked up since Virgo season, actually. And here we are. Keep on. You're so close, honey. You are so close. That means next year marks the new year for you. And your new skill set, your new income, your new sense of security for you and yours. Remember, you said it's not just me that's the goal, it's them too. I love it. I love it. We have T, Z, P, V, two Z's. Let's recap that. Two Z's. T, P, and V. We have the medallion of Pisces as well as Sag, or Cupid Zero specifically. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to the seasons. Might be important to you. We're currently in Scorpio season. And then, who knows? Some of you might be able to lop this off a little earlier around Sagittarius season for sure. And that's a couple of weeks. Okay? All right. Aries, honey. I do hope this helped you. Congratulations to you on figuring out your life path, understanding what's important to you and those that are in your life. I understand you're at the most frustrating phase, but I promise you it'll be such a happy day when you can officially close this crap out. You don't need it in your life or in your relationship anymore. Okay? And then you get to focus on something that is really important to you, and that's so cool. All right. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aquarius, what's up? Show me Aquarius, please. Past, present, future. Show me Aquarius. King of Pentacles, rising into the Queen of Cups. Present day, Six of Cups. Before you, Three of Cups. Outcome is the Five of Pentacles. Okay, that's all right. I think we can get through this. Okay? King of Pentacles in the past, recent or long term, up to you. But a sense of priority, self-worth, self-regard. Pretty strong on investment theory, you know? This is what I've done in this life because I said it was worthy of me. This is what I've built into, etc. Security, responsibility, so on and so forth. Rising into the Queen of Cups, a softer space of existence there. Being open to love. Just being open to love. Okay? Present day, Six of Cups, deeply bonded. All right? Between you and someone else. They represent the past. It just means you've known them a long time. So much so that you have a unique imprint with them emotionally and spiritually. Okay? Like I said, unique bond. Before you, Three of Cups, connecting. And Five of Pentacles, some breakage there. Some hurt. Okay? Let's take a look. What's up? What's going on? King of Pentacles, please. King of Pentacles. Show me that King of Pentacles, please. Okay. Oh, Knight of Cups, the Lovers, and the Ace of Cups. Oh, boy. It was filled in love in the past. I don't know how long ago, but isn't that magnificent? Oh, there you are, underlying, darling. All right, there you go. You might have FYI, Aquarius in a very interesting placement in your chart. Birth chart is what I'm speaking to. Even if it's just one critical placement, might be an interesting one. Anyway, Ace of Cups, the Lovers, Knight of Cups. Wow, yeah, we fell for that one. Oh, hard. Oh yes. Oh, and why wouldn't you, darling? Oh, oh my gosh, that one felt divine, didn't it? Divine love, perhaps. Inspiring love, too. I like the Lovers in this deck. It's so colorful, and that's the way it should be. There's something about the Lovers connection that's inherently very, very inspiring. It makes us see colors, you know? The world just seems to come alive. And I see that your heart space absolutely did. Could be the other way around, but I'm saying this is you. This is your reading today. Ace of Cups, the Lovers, Knight of Cups. Oh my gosh. That's just... Look at that. Oh my gosh. We got hit with the feels big time, eh? Yeah. Something happens and I'm head over heels. Head over heels. That's Tears for Fears, yeah? All right. Queen of Cups. What's going on? Five of Cups, strength, and the Sun. I said that they've had hurt in the past, a disappointment. I don't know, it's necessarily tied to you. You two might have had a past experience once upon a time with the Lovers. That's always a possibility. But they're saying, you know, whatever past disappointments they had in love and regrets, they didn't care. They felt the Sun with you, and that's all they cared about. They have a strong sense of heart. They have a very proudful heart. I see that. And I get what that's like. But yeah, someone here has a very proud heart. And I do see that as them. And it seems like they greeted you with Sun happiness. Just being around you made them happy. They probably smiled like a very silly person. And they couldn't help themselves. But they have a very strong, proud heart. And it's like, you know, whatever the history is, whatever the disappointment is, no matter. Doesn't matter. For themselves personally or in connection to you in some way in a farther back past that I'm not seeing, maybe. But for now, I'm just interpreting it as being attached to them. They've had disappointments. Most people have. But nevertheless, their heart space persists. It opens when it wants to, and it seems to quite strongly in this context to you. I'll tell you what, this person just kind of radiated pure joy, at least when they were with you. And they opened their heart to you, I believe. Six of Cups, present day. Four of Cups, disappointment. Ten of Wands, hardship. Two of Cups. It's hard. It's hard for you both at this time to feel the love. The bond remains, the memories remained. Those can't be undone. Okay. There's a sense of heaviness now that exists between these two. Once more, I'm not doing yours and theirs. I can't deny the equal energy. So here we have 6, 2, 10, 4. This is all divisible. Okay. There's a heaviness here that exists between you two, disappointments on both sides. And yet I have to maintain the love is intact. It remains there, despite the hardship, despite the disappointment. And where that came to be, I don't know. It's just you both feel the weight of it. Neither one of you escaped that. All right? You both carry the weight in some way across your heart, on your head, on your back. Disappointment stands on both sides, and yet so too does the love. That's good. You know, it brings to mind what I often see as someone deny it as soon as they're hurt. I never love them. As soon as they're hurt, they automatically go to Denialsville. Denialsville's real convenient. There's no postcode. You can't get in touch with that person. Usually what happens when we see people with unresolved wounds and abandonment issues and stuff like that. So, in this respect, there is equal amounts of love, hurt, and disappointment on both sides, at least in present day. Okay? All right. 3 Cups. But again, putting the focus back on you now. It's here, I acknowledged it, but I'm looking at you. 3 cups. 7 of Pentacles, trying to maintain your path. I understand. 3 cups, please. King of Pentacles, the Emperor, the High Priestess. Huh, it's a nice mix. The masculine and the feminine powers. I like that. It's a good mix. Nice. 3 cups, King of Pentacles, here twice. The Emperor, the High Priestess. We have a very strong feeling. You can call it masculine instinct or feminine intuition. It's a combination of the two. We have a very strong feel that we're connected to this still, and we still want to be. That nothing's going to break that over time. It's still there. It's strong as hell, if not stronger, I must say. We have that feeling, and it's soft, and it speaks quietly. It's not loud, like the masculine energy is. Okay, that suggests I know. Very loudly. The intuitive process suggests I know, but it's very quiet. And it guides us ever forward to this connectivity, 3 cups. We're still connecting to this, we want to. I'm not telling you what to do. Your spirit's telling me what's up with you. You've thought about this practically. That's within you. 3D, boots on the ground. Okay. Also, that sense of empowerment. What's correct for me? Okay, this is what I believe in. This is what I'm prepared to enforce. And you are prepared to enforce a gut instinct or an intuitive feeling that perhaps you might feel has no reasonable application. It's hard for you to explain. You just know it's true. You'll be connecting to this in time. Oh, you're not wrong. And that the love is still there. And it's kind of like saying, if I have a feeling, they do too. Oh, I think you're also correct on that, yes. There's something to that, isn't there? If I get the feeling, they do too. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, 5 of Pentacles, what's up? Seven of Cups, 9 of Cups, Chariot. Told you. I mean, I'm telling you, but I'm telling you, I'm not trying to be like that, but also P.S. it's there. So I read what's here, not what isn't. Yeah, I know that there's disappointment here. I don't know how else to define it. You two both experienced it equally. You also said, if I'm feeling this way and we're so deeply connected, okay, then to some extent perhaps they are. And I think you're also correct on that. 5 of Pentacles, yeah, there's been some breakage here. I don't know how far it runs. I really don't know. It seems to be accepted after the fact that you both have disappointed each other and you both have hurt each other, and yet the bond remains. This is all you've told me consistently too. So I like how you're focusing on the positive, or rather what works, instead of denying it. So that's good. Anyway, 7 of Cups, 9 of Cups, the Chariot. No, it will be moved towards. It will be moved towards. That's all I know. I'm literally telling you what you've already felt for yourself a couple hundred times over. Again, you even said there's no rhyme or reason for me to believe this, except I just do. Yeah. No, when it's time. I have no, and like you, I have no reason to believe that I have no reason to tell you this, other than the fact I keep seeing this before the major holidays. Okay. I didn't have much time reference here. It's like a pressure before the year ends. I don't quite know how to explain it. 7 of Cups, 9 of Cups, the Chariot. There it is, emotional exploration, because we choose to. It's quite the force, actually. Despite that, we will continue to move forward in a particular direction to overcome that sense of breakage and abandonment. not add to it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, but no, you're not wrong. And I believe it's returned to you. I believe it's returned to you. So I don't know what went wrong, but you both are kind of left in this, what feels like a stagnant pool of heaviness and disappointment. Okay. It does not stay this way. Oh, look at you, darling. Of course it's not going to stay that way. You weren't going to allow it anyway. You weren't going to allow it to stay that way. You're just not. I'm sorry. This is something that you're kind of taking authority on, and you're saying it's still yours. And that's gonna free will, absolutely. You're saying this is yours. It was always yours. And you strongly suspect they will show up with a similar feeling. Big success. Yeah. I'm very curious as to how we pull this off as well. Yeah, attraction, Mars, hot. For some of you, Aquarius might be your Mars placement. Doesn't have to be. I'm just saying it's there. Attraction, Mars, hot. Yeah. Yeah. You know, the emphasis here was water, love. But yeah, I have no doubt we are deeply compelled to this, attracted to it. For reasons of love, not just say physical beauty, things like that. That's an easy call. No, we're very much infatuated in love with the feeling in this, not just the look of it. Okay, big difference there. Anyway, that's enough. Aquarius, honey, you suspect what you between your instinct and your intuition. You're not wrong. I see what looks like a peaceful celebration, a reuniting of spirit. It's done so in good faith, and I see it returned. And that's what allows us to open the door here to further progress, to more emotional exchange. I don't know. We are entering the holiday season. It's hard to tell. If you're in North America, obviously, Thanksgiving's a big holiday. Okay. Well, the US of A. And then that can continue on into December. It seems to be the time of celebration, so. And that can include birthdays, too. I don't quite else know how to explain it. XRN. It's just the intuitive process. That's all I can tell you. And for many of you, you respect that. It's just the intuitive process, guys. Anyway, the Medina Pisces, we also have Virgo here. You might have these very strong placements in your chart, could be connecting to the seasons, might be important to you. And then we have the Captain's Wheel, which is the Wheel of Fortune combined with the world. Time moves forward always. Doors close, they open, and sometimes they reopen. Anyway, I hope this helped you. I have to congratulate you, by the way, for having such a developed instinct over this. And you may not be that person who identifies as someone who is terribly instinctual or intuitive, but with this one, you fucking are. This one you are. You might write a lot of this off as, oh, it's just hocus pocus, but with this one, you don't. And I know why. You were a straight shooter from the beginning. I love this. I knew. I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my heart how special this is. It's just mine. That's emotional clemency wrapped up in the King of Pentacles. So I know how deep that investment's going, and you didn't show me a skewed vision. You didn't. Or a skewed thought or anything slanting. You really are in tune with this. So I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Gemini, what's up? Show me Gemini, please. What's going on? Show me Gemini. Past, present, future. Five of Wands, Rising, Ten of Pentacles, Six of Swords, present day. Before you, Judgment. Outcome is the Star. A lot of conflict here where there should be stability. In the past, looking pretty recent to me, but we'll see. Conflict, arguing, battle of wills. It's looking external. Rising into the Ten of Pentacles, like I said, there should be stability here. It's the foundation we're talking about. So it's not just our personal home, career, and finances. It's that plus, our connections, network, resources, community. Tension around that. Upheaval. I don't like that. You don't either. Six of Swords in present day. I see you getting space from it. Temporary or long-term in this context. Six of Swords isn't as straightforward as people think it is. It depends. And yours definitely has, it depends. Ten of Pentacles isn't easily left behind. That's why. But I rather suppose that depends on what we're fighting over. Some of you are just done. You're done over that Ten of Pentacles, that world. And you really do want to absent yourself from it altogether at this point forward. Others of you, you just need space for now, and perhaps you can get back to it later. I don't know. Like I said, Ten of Pentacles aren't so easily left behind. We'll see. Before you, Judgment, lessons, insight, calling, and the stars in the outcome. That's a lot of calling, a lot of judgment, decision-making, insight. But a good outcome nonetheless. Five of Wands. Let's see that Five of Wands, please. The Empress, King of Pentacles, Chariot, definitely two wills at odds with each other. They're important wills, don't get me wrong. You have a part to play, they have a part to play. The Chariot, the argument exists or is born about how to move forward or proceed. Yeah. You both have points of view regarding experience. You both have points of view regarding your opinions. You both have a strong feeling about direction. But that is a classic battle of wills scenario, where two people say, well, I'm trying to represent the best of our interests, and the other person saying something similar. Okay? Somebody here bears the weight of investment, responsibility providing. The other person, empowerment, I'm assuming also contributes or produces. Okay. Yeah, but conflict here about how to proceed and under what terms and conditions as it regards the foundation or way of life. So big ticket items, as you might say. Okay. Let's see that Ten of Pentacles, please. The thing is, when those two don't agree, it shows. Oh yeah, it shows. But, you know, they're very likely to work through arguments for that reason. Or at least that's the idea. They both know what they're doing. They both have a certain claimancy on best interest and empowerment. And what does that mean? The Hermit, Judgment, twice, Nine of Swords. We're scared of further instability. We very much are invested in making good choices here. Very much invested in making good choices. Around this foundation, the Hermit, best practices. Once more, referring to experience. We're scared. We're scared that further damage could incur on that foundation. We're also scared to continue as is. We really want to make a good decision here. There's so much in that world. There's a lot at stake here in the past. You have so many ideas for rebirth, it seems. You have so many ideas about what could get this foundation back on course in a good way, in a healthy way. But is that your calling? Is that something you want to do still in this foundation with this person? You have a lot of good skills. You could apply them in so many ways. What's the Six of Swords then? Ten of Wands, the World, Ten of Swords, then may it be done. Call it peace. Call it peace and may it be done. Okay. I didn't know. I never really know. Like I said, it depends. You see something phenomenal, like the Ten of Pentacles, which, by the way, you don't just generate that out of thin air, you know. That can take a lifetime to achieve. So when I see a Six of Swords sitting so casually next to it, I did a good job. I'm going to part ways with it. No. Sometimes the Six of Swords suggest, you know what, I need a break. And grant you, it might be longer than a Four of Swords, more than a little break, a weekend, like a weekend thing or a couple weeks. You could be gone for an extended period of time to sort things out. That doesn't mean you won't make your way back. The Six of Swords can work in both ways. But what you just showed me is there is no going back. I don't want to. Ten of Swords, Ten of Wands, the World. It's like you've hit peak on this one. Absolute fucking peak. You presented what you presented to me in a very straightforward way, in a very wise way, in a very experienced way. I saw that for you. I saw a touch of the other person's energy, and then it goes right back to you. You have so much experience attached to you. You have built and created a couple of foundations, perhaps several times over. You're an absolute rock star at seeing where the faults are and fixing them. You're an old hand at that. So it's kind of like in thinking of what's best for you. You're like, I can take these skills and use them quite well to continue to repair this foundation. Or perhaps I can make sound judgment and maybe create another world for myself. It doesn't necessarily have to be in this one. It's like, what do I do? What do I do? I don't know what started that argument. I have no idea. Five of Wands. It just looks like you two have an equal amount of skills and experience to work through it. It's almost like you're saying, I don't want to anymore, though. It's pretty heavy. It's pretty heavy, Gemini, honey. It's pretty heavy. What presented as initial battle of wills, it's kind of like you're saying, I don't want to head in this direction at all anymore. And I'm going to pack my skills and experience up and take them with me. I don't want to keep repairing this sinking ship. Because you know you could. That's a choice. That's a judgment call. You could also take those skills and move them elsewhere. That is also a judgment call. Yes. So I didn't know how heavy this was going to get, guys. I didn't know what to make of your Six of Swords. Like I said, you don't see that every day. But Ten of Wands, Ten of Swords, the World, enough is enough is enough. I can't. I have reached pinnacle with this cycle, and so you have. You have a couple of decades here. So for some of you, that represents the literal time in this foundation. Actually, yeah, you got not all the tens. You're missing the Ten of Cups. That would be an important feature here. Yeah. So I think you two are quite wizened and experienced, yes. But I'm not necessarily seeing a happy, harmonious home either. No. If you have any Scorpio in your chart, perhaps check out their in-depth, which was not popular at all. Not really. It looked a lot like this. except it was two people more or less acknowledging they had done the best they could. Okay, but if you have any Scorpio in your chart, perhaps check out their in-depth. I don't grant you it's 53 minutes. I pushed it. But it felt like this, where I had two people with a wealth of experience deciding to call it quits, and it was very practical. It was very boring to my Scorpio collective, and I just can't have that. But nonetheless, those readings have a right to exist, like yours has a right to exist today. It's for those who need to see it once more as it resonates. So please, no screaming, I don't want that to happen. Then don't be part of it. This is for the Gemini who said, I'm done. I am so done. I'm beyond done. I'm beyond done.com. Okay? There you go. This is going to be a case of is or isn't. That's it. Don't compromise yourself. So I don't know what started that argument, but damn. It was a little bit more than an argument, wasn't it, honey? The way you two approached it. We've been through this before. We've worked through it before. I don't want to continue to do so. Okay. All right. Judgment. Okay, well, decision is made. So, is it a time of rebirth for you? With judgment there. Let's wrap it up. Is it a time of rebirth for you? Closing this out. This is done. This is done. Okay? You take your experience with you. That cannot be undone. You take all your skills and your experience with you. Your abilities and your portion of the pentacle division, I have no doubt. You take that with you. But this remains where it is. And yeah, I think many of you are aiming to close this out or officially have left it by the end of the year. Okay. Judgment. This is quite the process. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Okay. No. Yeah, it's something I pointed out. You have all the 10s here except the 10 of Cups. No shit. I think some of you have huge hearts. It's just not in this situation. The love cannot be found. Again, if you have any Scorpio in your chart, I strongly encourage you to check out their in-depth. But yeah, Ace of Cups, and you're saying love's important to you, and that should be part of the calling. And if you're going to choose to stay and make repairs on this foundation, there had better be some fucking love in it. You're absolutely right. That was part of your judgment. You are very sound. You are very wise. You are very sage. Yes. A lot of people say it takes more than love, and you're saying, yeah, but it shouldn't be absent either. Nail on the fucking head. You're absolutely right. You have so much life work attached to you, in you. Quality, you've produced it 1,000 times over. Love should be apparent. Okay? And that was part of the things that factored into your decision here to make any more repairs on that sinking ship. Bingo. Okay. You have a big, beautiful heart, honey. If you ever connect again, make sure it's reciprocated. Okay. All right. The star. And so, I see the star open for you at the beginning of the year. How appropriate. The Four of Pentacles. Two of Cups, the Five of Wands. Okay. You hope to let that go in time. And you hope they will also let you go in time. They still want to fight you. I don't think they quite understand that you're gone. It's kicked up with the Five of Wands ending that way too. Their reasoning for holding on to you is that they still care about you. Okay, then why are you fighting? Still. I wish I would, I can't help it. I can't control the energies, guys. It really frustrates me when I want to concentrate on one person, and that person who, by all rights, you said that you're done with. Why are you still fighting with me? That's why I concluded this. This is why I wrapped this up, so I don't have to keep doing this with you anymore. You don't love me. And then the comeback argument is, yeah, but I care about you. Then why are you still fighting with me? Let this go. So I see that you have a sense of hope and new beginnings for yourself and at the beginning of the year, but it still seems to want, and it feels justified because it cares about you. That's why I'm going to fight you some more. Okay, if you really cared about you, you'd let me go because I don't want to keep doing this with you. Hence why I closed this out. I get frustrated. I get frustrated because I want to scream at the energy sometimes. Save that shit for yours and theirs. But I can't do that. Yeah, so that tells me this person, in some ways, yes, still very much chose the world with you, the one of experience and pentacles and security. But they did not, or were not available for the love anymore, and that's something that you needed. And that was a big chunk of your judgment factor. And you had lessons in this. You've had lessons in this. Don't plant yourself repeatedly in a life where love is not a part of it. Okay? Now, that's for you. Not everybody's the same. A lot of people can happily choose the reality and the earth, and so long as there's the commitment there and it's steady and it's consistent, people can do without the love component, but not you. You've already had lessons in this. And that pisses me off. It's like, no, you don't get to justify I care about you as a reason to continue to argue with me. They're struggling to let go, and it frustrates because they see you opening up. God, that pisses me off. You know, they see you opening up to the star at the beginning of the year. You reach for other things. You hope for other things. You desire other things. It's like, oh no, can't have that. I don't want Gemini forgetting. So again, you did your bit. You closed this out. Okay? You did. There's other things you can do for yourself in this life. So that frustrates me right there to the end. Oh. I want you. Patience. Patient. Oh, see, I knew it wasn't you. This, I just know. I know it wasn't you. I know it wasn't you. I'm sorry. Now, I'm not telling you to wait. No. There's a sense of patience there. So if you have Sagittarius in your chart, which I do, and I know I need to tap into it more, we soothe, understand the separation's happening, and they're struggling with it. They're struggling with it. So you two must have put a lot of quality years into this. I think someone here got very comfortable in this, and they don't like having, like most people, they don't want to have their comfort disrupted. So imagine how it was for you then when you were emotionally discomforted by the absence of love. So I'm sure they do care about you. You share a life and a foundation like that. You're going to care about the other person, but you don't get to use that care to justify throwing a stink when someone really is trying to open up to a new life, a new star, a new destiny. Anyway, you do with that what you will. You closed it out, but at patience through the separation, there's a bit of a stink. Okay, N-N-I-T. And then we have the medallion of the child. Children might be involved. Couple things. Positivity. Okay. In that respect of vulnerability, love, being open to love unconditionally. Okay. And then the negative side of it, childlike dependency. Attitude, an immature kind of approach and or way of thinking, which is weird because by all rights in that opening, that shouldn't be the case. With that insecurity of someone's terrified of becoming physically 3D insecure. Okay. Helpless. Nobody likes that, but that's also not a reason to keep someone in your life either, or fight to keep them in your life. Okay, Gemini honey, I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Libra, what's up? Show me Libra. Let's do one more. Show me Libra, please. Okay. Okay. Past. Two of Pentacles. Rising, Six of Cups. Present day, Seven of Cups. before you, the Hierophant. Outcome is the King of Wands. Okay. All right. In the past, uncertainty. Two of Pentacles, what to give to this? What's that going to look like? What's that going to feel like? Should I? Okay. Back and forth for a while there. But rising into the Six of Cups, nevertheless you gave to this because the emotional bond is here, the attachment is here. Okay. And it's deep. It's uniquely bonded. All right? At first you struggled with it, but then you gave to it. Okay? And Seven of Cups in present day. You still would. Before you, the Hierophant, commitment. King of Wands in the outcome, confidence. A lot of confidence, passion too. Okay? All right. At first we didn't know. But eventually we knew. Two of Pentacles. Death. Oh, Justice. You, King of Swords. Okay. Wow. You're all over that one. Death, Justice, King of Swords. Transformation, you've come a long way. You're saying you used to. Used to. Past tense. Used to struggle with these things. What to give and how much to give it. And you stopped doing that. You said at some point in the past you're going to stop juggling Two of Pentacles. If it makes sense to you, then you'll give to it. If it doesn't make sense to you, you will simply stop. Good. But yeah, you've had a major overhaul from the past and where we find you in present day. For the Libra I'm looking at, you used to hesitate. Two of Pentacles. What to give in any particular situation, how much, trying to quantify it, trying to make sense of it, overwork it, overthink it. And at some point you started to change. You said, this whole thing's silly. It's either correct to me or it's not. And if it's correct, I'll keep doing it. I'll give to it. And if it's not, I'll stop. That's it. It either makes sense to me, intellectually and spiritually, or it doesn't. That's all there is. Okay. Well. Six of Cups. Queen of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Knight of Swords, and then you rose into what looks like a wonderfully secure, consistent relationship. One that allowed you to personally thrive, make you feel safe. That would be the key word here. Made you feel very safe, very secure. When we stopped overthinking it and you came up with that very simple formula for existence, it's either correct or it's not. It either feels balanced or it isn't. That's it. Try not to overthink it, Libra. It takes a lot to practice that, to stay in tune with it, and you did. And you rose into a relationship, one that you were deeply bonded to. There's respect in there, a sense of care, TLC. Knight of Swords, that's you. That's your particular knight. Communication, action. You always show up. You always do what's right, or you try to. You act from that space of what's best. Okay? You treat this the way you want to be treated. There's such a beautiful, simple respect here for your bond. You have a lot of memories with them. It makes you feel safe and secure. And so you try to put back into it what it's given to you. Okay? That was a hell of a transformation for some of you. And that's your power card. Make no mistake. Justice is there. At some point, you stopped overthinking and overworking the process. And you came up with a very simple formula. I love it. 7 of Cups, present day. And you remain open to it to this day. And I know it's had its hardships. I know it's had its ups and downs. Okay? Ups and downs. But nonetheless, I believe you choose to remain open to this. The Star, the Knight of Pentacles, the Hanged Man. Oh, yeah. Yes, you continue to be safe and secure to this day. You keep yourself open to it to this day. You look like you like where you are currently. You have no rush or wish to leave it. But you also admit things continue to move forward with the Knight of Pentacles. So you really like where you are at present. It gives you a lot to think on, feel good about. And you try to stay there, which is good. That's admirable. I respect people so much who stay in the present. It's hard to do. You know, my mind always seems to be working forwards or backwards. It's hard. It's hard staying in the present. But it's really a marker of success for you, okay, that you can. Because overthinking's what's gotten you into trouble before, not trusting yourself. Okay. You stop doing that, things got a lot easier. So I'm glad to see that you like in present day where you are. But nevertheless, you admit it moves forward. And that a part of you looks forward to things with the Star, with this person, this connection. You do. You look forward to a future as well. But you do your best to keep yourself grounded in the present. You don't put too many heavy expectations on yourself. And the fact that you want to continue to show up and give to this in a secure way, in the way that's given to you. And that's all you know. And you're like, that's good for me. My love is here. My sense of self, 3D self is here. My mind is here. Let's enjoy the present. But yeah, let's keep our eye on the future too. It's very simple. A Hierophant before you in future. Speaking of which. I like this. No pressure. Just stay here in the moment. That's all that matters. Stay here in the moment. Every day's a blessing kind of thing, you know? True. Hierophant. Two of Pentacles. There it is again. 3 of Wands. 7 Swords. There you go. There you go. I see you head in the direction of something to look forward to, but no pressure. And some of your minds just seem inevitably to go to this idea of commitment, and you don't know how you feel about that. And then you're tempted to go back into that place of 2 of Pentacles. So, Libra, if you're happy in the here and now, and you can reasonably see that you'll be happy with this in the future, okay, then I would advise you not to worry about it. If commitment is important to you, you'll head in that direction. Okay? And I mean commitment at this point. You have the relationship, it's intact. It's been intact for a long time, as far as I can tell. Emotionally, spiritually, shows up consistently in the 3D. You make it a point to give back to it the way it's put into you. That you want to keep it here now in the focus, but then a part of you breaks off and starts putting pressure on you. What about commitment? What about commitment? Is that a goal for you, yes or no? Is that something that you want, yes or no? Okay. That's it. To be clear, you already showed me commitment. It's just not the paper kind, I think. You have committed to this by action. You have committed to this by investment. You have committed to this emotional connection because it's been there for a long time. You continue to show up and put yourself into it, and you appreciate it for its core value every day. And you try not to put pressure on yourself about what to look forward to in the future. So again, commitment's either a value that you hold, in other words, marital commitment, I believe, or it's not. And if it's not, then continue on with this as is, if that's what your person desires as well. And if it is something you desire, you got to sort that out. But honestly, I'm just saying it as icing on the cake. The cake's already built. It's a very sweet cake. It's a dedicated cake. It's a very stable cake. Do you want to put icing on it? And then, because I want you to check that, because you haven't given in to that Two of Pentacles in a long time. I don't want you to get reacquainted with the habit. Okay? If it makes you feel this safe, this secure, happy in the present, and happy with the prospects of the future, then maybe you don't need it. Maybe you don't need marriage. Maybe you do. But just don't treat it like a threat. It's a core value. Think of the Hierophant as core value. It's either core value that exists for you or it doesn't. That's it. That's all there is to it. And if you're connected to somebody who shares that same core value, you're set. You know? But yeah, I mean, I just wanted to point out to you the obvious in case it hadn't occurred to you. You're already committed. What's a layer of frosting to you at this point? And if it's not something that you need, and they don't either, don't rock the boat. King of Wands, you know? It's I always tell people, you got to understand what your values are. Anybody can share interests. I really love pizza. What? No way, me too. Oh shit. Oh, I love music. What? No way, me too. What are the odds of that? What are you talking about? I'm talking about core values. Is marriage important to you? Yes or no? It's like having kids. Do you want kids? Yes or no? That's it. Don't compromise yourself. And don't put pressure on there. You're showing me pressure, expectations that you hadn't felt in a long time. So you either want to commit to this willfully because it's something that you believe in, or you're good where things are. All right? I hate seeing that pressure there for you. I do. It doesn't need to be there, guys. Seven of Pentacles, Page of Wands, and Ten of Wands. I know. You're showing me this path gets hard sometimes, but you're going to continue on as is. I'm not telling you what to do. You're telling me what's up with you. But yeah, you're saying it's not easy, but it's still yours, and you still want to walk upon it. Yeah. Yeah. Day by day. Whatever this is gives you a lot of confidence to be you, where you can exercise yourself and who you are, and you feel free to be you, but also in a safe, secure connection. Okay? You have the freedom to be you, but you also know that you have something here that makes you feel very secure. All right? I don't think you putting icing on that cake would change that. And here's how I know. Marriages that succeed, more often than not, involves two people who understand nothing about us is really going to change. We don't suddenly become our best selves when we enter marriage. It's because we understand we're our best selves in connection to that person already. Okay? Marriages that do not succeed, I'm going to be a better person because I'm about to be married to you. No. You already needed to be your best self prior to. As far as I can tell, when you're with this person, you're your best self. So regardless about whether or not you need that marriage, I think you're in this. Because you want to be, because you understand it's good for you. It gives you the freedom to be you, although it gets hard sometimes, but you're still anchored to something. Okay? So I want you to take that pressure off. It's either right for you, and that dynamic will continue as is, no change. Okay? Or it won't. It seems to me you two would know what you're getting into by now. You either want more of that, or you don't. With or without the paper. That's it. Anyway, that's enough of that. Just want to take a little extra time with yours today because I felt that was needed. Other than that, you got this down, honey. Runner. Runner. Some of you feel balance, justice. Yeah, justice. Some of you have a tendency sometimes to run. It's not an accusation. I'm just saying that's your power card. I saw it with you. You've done so much work to transform and change. And sometimes you get that need, right? To second guess yourself, to run, to not stay put. You showed me an emphasis on personal freedom that's important to you, but you also want to feel like you're part of something that's secure. You are, on both counts. So you're constantly balancing against that space in yourself that says, run, this is a trap, this is a trap, this is a trap. Oh no, but it's a friendly trap, it's a safe trap. Okay. We're still balancing against that. I see it. It's not an accusation, don't take it as one. It's either yours or it's not. Apology, forgiveness. It's something you don't want to have to apologize for. Okay. I think that safety and that sense of security is something that you've always wanted and ached for. But sometimes you're afraid of staying here. Again, we gotta work that out. Go back to your default method. It's either working for me and it's correct for me, or it isn't. Same is true for marriage. It's already in place, and you've made it very, very clear that this works for you. Marriage wouldn't change anything. Like I said, it's just a little more icing on that cake. SESP. We have the medallion of Scorpio as well as Virgo. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connected to it, or the seasons might be important to you. Libra, honey, I hope this helped you. Yours was a little more complex. I wish I had more time with it, but I think we got the nuts and bolts. I hope it helped you. Take care. Be well. Taurus, what's up? Show me Taurus, please. Show me Taurus. Okay. Past. Page of Cups, Rising, the Knight of Swords, present day Temperance. Okay. Before you, Justice. Outcome is the Eight of Wands. Okay. We got some good stuff going on here. So, Page of Cups in the past, recent, long term, it's up to you. A little bit of heart space. Okay. Just a little bit. Doesn't tell me too much. But a little bit of openness there, a little bit of emotional expression, feeling, vulnerability, something like that. Rising into the Knight of Swords, a state of action and communication. All right. Temperance in present day, kind of slowed things down there. And we're in a space of healing that's active. Okay. And has been for a while. Justice before you, time well spent. Good. Things are going to start to balance out for you here in future. And Eight of Wands, communication. All right. What's up? What's going on? Page of Cups. Two of Wands, the Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups. Oh, yeah. Someone's joining in that space in the past. It's already done, and this is not a yours and theirs. I'm just letting you know. I see someone joining you in that space. It's communication. It's a little bit of the heartstrings. It's a little bit of action. Knight of Swords. See that for twice. But yeah, here we have some sort of opening up here in the past. Doesn't tell me too much, except there was conversation. And the heart space was involved to some degree. That's about it. Okay? But I see that you tried to meet it halfway, and someone tried to meet you halfway. In terms of communication and every now and again connecting. All right. Nothing too crazy. Knight of Swords, what's up? Seven of Swords, doubts, Queen of Wands, Six of Cups. The more you connected to this, the doubts started to creep in, which is weird because the energy started to rise as well. Typically, when we see the energy rise like this in a positive direction, it starts to erase doubts, not add to them. So the fire became more apparent. The bond here became more apparent. These are good things. These are good, positive indicators that stuff's happening. Turns out, yeah, it's a soul bond. Okay? Someone whom we have a history with, the sweetness, the nostalgia. All right? It's there. Queen of Wands, there's intensity here. There's a passion. And Seven of Swords, and then the doubts start to creep in for you. I don't know if I can continue to take action towards this connection. Whereas before, it was pretty easy. It was pretty straightforward. It was like for like. You had some openness, they did too. Conversation, action equal on both sides. But then it starts to develop again. Positive indicators. There is a feeling here of familiarity that most people welcome. Emotional safety here in this connection. Feels good, you know. It reminds us about the specialness and uniqueness of things. Attraction never hurt. But you're starting to say some sorts, I don't know, as it relates to the Knight of Swords, which I saw over here. So, how you were taking action towards this, how you were communicating to it, you started saying, I don't know. Still carrying on, but then that voice started, I don't know. Okay. Temperance. Now, even if you don't believe in soul bonds, a lot of people don't, I understand. It's just someone whom you've known a long time, and therefore you have a special imprint upon, and they you, okay? It's an emotional thing, and, you know, from my point of view, it's also a spiritual thing. Yeah, it looks sweet, and it was there. I don't quite know where the doubt started to creep in, because as far as I can tell, it started out, roughly speaking, pretty equal. It's almost like this became more attractive. Queen of Wands, Six of Cups. This connection became more attractive. All right, Temperance. King of Cups. The Page of Cups. Oh, there's that little old auspicious Page of Cups right there. Little snickerdoodle of an energy. If you weren't looking, you'd miss it, right? Well, little feelings lead to big waves, or little ripples in this context have led to big waves. Yeah. Started out so simple. Couple nights, some conversation. A little bit of the love cup, nothing too crazy. Oh, but look how it blossomed. King of Cups, Page of Cups, Nine of Cups. Oh, it feels so differently now. We used to doubt this growing connection, didn't we? So you were still giving it the Knight of Swords energy. I'm showing up. See, I'm talking, I'm acting, I'm participating. With some time and temperance is so much more than that. Okay. Beautiful. It's almost like you couldn't see it. Even when it started to grow in importance to you, it's almost like you kept you kept responding to it in the same way. You both started out on an equal playing field. Let's make that clear. Okay. Equal playing field. But then the connection itself grew in terms of its loveliness, its attractiveness, its importance. And then you're like, Knight of Swords, right? It's still Knight of Swords? You had doubts about it. No, well, no, it means so much more. But you had to go through a space of temperance in order to understand that and to appreciate it. So that's a solo journey for you, okay? And temperance takes time, so I don't know how long it took us to realize this, but you needed time and patience to understand how that little Page of Cups led to bigger feelings here. Like I said, little ripples can lead to very big waves, and we've got very big waves here. The King of Cups and Nine of Cups, it's like, oh yeah, no, I feel this. I'm open to it. or at least your heart feels like it's open to this. And it feels kind of like a beautiful spiritual relief, because it is. So why you didn't react to it differently when you could kind of sense the growing importance of this, I don't know. You just said, I don't know if I can keep approaching this. And to some extent you did. But given time, patience, and healing, we understand the importance of the heart space and how it grew from this little guy that was small and timid at first, and then blossomed into this full-on experience. And it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. Your heart doesn't seem to contest it, and your mind doesn't either. Not anymore, anyway. No, in some ways you were right. Yeah, the Knight of Swords just wasn't going to continue to do for this connection. Okay, approaching it in the same way. Okay. Justice. Sense of balance. Beautiful. Again for the self. Now, while I do see the impression of another, this is down to you. This is your collective reading. Okay? So I want to get back to focusing on you. So that was lovely. Thank you for showing me that. And like I said, it started on an equal playing field, but the dynamics of the game had changed. This had become a connection of increasing importance, increasing attraction, so on and so forth. And temperance. You needed some time, you needed some patience with this, but your heart grew into it. It's like you seem to know it fits you like a glove now. That's a beautiful feeling. It's a priceless feeling. All right, Justice. Ace of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, the High Priestess. You have a feeling here. Your master symbol's here with the Ace of Pentacles, so I'm not going to contest it. Ace of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, because you're going to sort that shit out. I just know you. I know you. No, it's you're going to sort that out. What to give this, because you feel like you should, and you feel that you want to. I'm not telling you what to do. This is coming from inside you at a not too far out date. Okay? So in a not too far out date, you're feeling intuitively, and then also spiritually here with Justice, that the right thing to do, the correct thing to do would be put something forward in some way. And coming from you, I believe, Ace of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, in mind, keeping in mind how to make this thing balance. That measures up to how you actually feel about it and what it is you actually want to do with it. So you're going to work through the mechanics of that. Okay? Trust that instinct, it's there. Your intuition will guide you, but there's this idea of, no, this works. I know this works. I know this works. Okay? It's a good thing. It's a good thing to invest in. It's a good thing for me, and I feel that. I'm honestly feeling that. I'm in tune with it. So yeah, you're going to sort that out because you're in tune with the feeling now. There's no taking that back, right? I'm not saying you have to. I'm saying it's in you. All right? There's something about this where you want to balance it against your life and have it there. I know you do. So you're taking the investment of it seriously, even though it looks like on the upfront proposal it's something quite simple in nature, such as a gesture. But that's the idea, is that it's going to lend to the balance of this in future. Okay? You just feel it. It's just your instinct, honey. Your instinct and your intuition are here. They're both talking to you, and you're listening. To your credit, you're listening. So you're going to get it sorted. Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands, please. Eight of Wands. King of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. King of Swords. Bingo, bango. It's over. It's done. In my mind, it's done. It's done. Yeah, no, it's communications on point. It's looking very officially from you. I'm seeing what looks like a strong personality. To be clear, I'm seeing two people. You are here, representing yourself. And I believe either your heart or someone else's heart and their strong mind. But regardless, communication's on point. I told you we're going to get it sorted. This is just too important to you. You're showing me one of your power skill sets in that you are thinking forward future. Okay, investment for the future and what is worthy of you and what is correct for you. And then you're going to make your decisions accordingly. And it wasn't just a practical thing. This was an intuitive thing for you. Okay, about correct balances for you in the long term and what it is you want to see there. Okay, so yeah, you definitely want this in your life. And you're making that very clear. King of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, King of Swords. I do know this. There's a lot of personality in there. And strength of heart and strength of mind, so on and so forth. And you know how you are. 8 of Wands. Yeah, communication. You put it out there, it's returned to you. But I like it. This looks really good. So much of everything I see for you in the future has come down to your portion of time spent in temperance. And understanding how it might have started out this way, but it means so much more to you now. You know? So the decision you make right here, you're going to get that sorted. I have 1,000% faith in you, and that this is going to make so much sense to you when you understand it for what it is. But you're also thinking about long term. This is what's important to me. I need to see this in my future in some way because it makes sense to me. Of course it makes sense to you. Look at that. That's beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's interesting. At some point your night was like, I don't know if I can keep connecting to this. In a way, you were kind of right. As is? No, you couldn't keep connecting to it as is. At some point, it took to richer tones. Okay? That's all I really know how to explain it. It took to richer tones. Again, equal playing field. But then whatever this is started to amplify and show itself in its true form, or its true colors, if you will. And those colors are beautiful. So in a way, you were kind of right, leaning away from it. I don't know if I can continue to contribute to this connection as is. No, not as is. But with a deeper love and appreciation for it, yes, absolutely. Bit of an overview here. That's okay. I like it. Makes sense to me. I hope it makes sense to you. Because you got to live it, baby. So this is either yours or it's not. But if it's yours, I would say good luck to you. Yeah. I would say that, but that kind of thing is just lost on Taurus. Oh, no, I don't leave these things to chance, Christina. I build into them. Of course you fucking do. You're Taurus. So I would say good luck to you, but yeah. You're going to rely on what you know. Your skills and your experience, they're going to guide you on this. You'll know what to do when the time is right. Yeah. True. But I love that. You do get a response. Meaningful coincidences, epiphany, breakthrough, divine feminine. Some of you identify as the divine feminine, or this is the person whom you feel is your divine feminine. Regardless, we have an epiphany, breakthrough. Oh, we get it. Meaningful coincidences. Things are adding up, yeah? Yeah, things are adding up. You're saying that, sensing that for yourself. No, it's a good time. It's a really good time. Epiphany, breakthrough. There's that insight. You'll figure it out. I know you will. I just know you will. That's what you do. Okay. We have in. Yes. In NV, and we also have the Medallion of Aquarius. You might have some very strong Aquarius in your chart. Could be connecting to the season. Might be important to you. Don't get me wrong, I'm saying lots of year-end readings. Makes sense for this time of year. And then a touch of the new year as well. I'm not necessarily convinced that's where this is. I think that communication lands when it's supposed to. It doesn't look very far out to me, but that's up to you. All right, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Great job. Take care. Be well. Virgo, what's up? What's going on? Show me Virgo, please. What's going on? Show me Virgo. Okay. Past. Oh, devil. Oh. Rising, Ace of Wands. Oh, my. Okay. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. Present day. Before your Temperance. Okay. Queen of Cups. Oh. Good. I'm glad to see that got soothed. Oh, you had a fire, honey. Itch. Absolute itch. itch. Oh my goodness. You want to scratch it real bad. Oh, the devil's in the past. You're actually showing me intensity here. Frustration, anger, passion. It's hard to tell where one ends and begins. You might have some very strong Capricorn in chart, FYI. Beyond the past. Ooh, intense feeling, intense concentration, intense passion. And sometimes, yeah, met in conflict. Was it anger? Was it passion? Somewhere in between, back and forth. Oh my goodness. Ace of Pentacles in present day. Okay, a lot more grounded. A lot more grounded. That's more like you. Okay, a lot more grounded. Seeing the practicality in something, the goodness in it, the strong investment, the worthy investment. Very good. Temperance. Oh, good. That's much better. Soothing. A soothed spirit. And then the Queen of Cups in the outcome. Okay, an open heart. Beautiful. Oh my goodness, what's going on with you? I don't mean that in a bad way. What is going on though? Let's see that devil in the past, recent past, long term, up to you. Page of Pentacles, the Tower, King of Pentacles. Oh, it's not an accusation. Please don't take it as one. Please, everybody gets a read like this. These readings are real and valid. They have a right to exist, in as much as the fun, happy butterflies, puppies, drinks on the house readings. You know, those exist. These two, as well. Okay, so if it's not yours, don't be offended, please. You're not being excluded. Just check your placements. If it is yours and you're still offended, well, that's because it's hitting a note. But for others of you, you resonate. Just please know, I'm not judging you. I just want you to relax and listen. If this is yours, if it's not, check out your other placements. Long story short, I see your profile here with the Pentacle energy here, the King of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. You had a strong feeling to invest, but we were terrified to invest. Terrified to invest. It's kind of like I see it as in the past. You saw something as a disaster waiting to happen if I invested. If I really put myself into that, it would have been a disaster. Okay. So here we have the cart before the horse kind of energy with the devil there. Terrified of a tower. Not that there would be one, but you were terrified there would be a tower. It was assumptions then. Assumptions, afraid of the worst. Afraid of the worst possible outcome without proof. I know there wasn't proof because you didn't invest. So, okay. But you were scared. You were really scared, but you didn't see it as fear. You said this would be a shit show. If I invest in this will be the undoing of me. The unseating of your authority, your roots, your investment. It's like, I can't have that. Okay. Okay. Ace of Wands. Oh. I say, what is it? I think you're about to show me. Ace of Wands. It drew your attention so intensely. Let's see that Ace of Wands, please. Seven of Wands, strength. A Six of Wands. Gosh, this felt like our pride was on the line. I can see why you have mixed fire results. Some are very positive, very sharp. I'm deeply attracted to this. This is my due. This is my triumph. This is what I've earned. This represents, however, a conflicting interest for you. So you said discipline. This is an exercise in discipline. This is a discipline. This is a show of discipline, an act of discipline, an exercise in restraint, however you want to do it. It represented both. What was yours? Your pride. But also you felt an obligation to push away and reject or deny. Again, I'm not pointing fingers. I'm trying to unravel this with you. And if you live this, you already know it's really for me at this point because I'm invested in understanding your future. So, Ace of Wands, Six, again, huge sense of this is mine. pride, deeply drawn to it. But it's also my duty to decline and exercise discipline and strength of will. Again, it's going back to that fear to invest. But you're still showing me how, even though you refuse to invest, you are still inexplicably drawn to this. And repelled by it too. You wanted it very much. And you felt an obligation to reject it very much. So even though you made the decision, actually, as early as possible, as soon as possible, to not invest, to not take it seriously, that didn't keep you from seeing it as yours and an obligation simultaneously to reject what's yours. If anything, I think the intensity for you just grew the more you said it's mine but not mine. Right? You said from the beginning, I'm not going to invest, I'm not going to take it seriously, I'm not going to take it seriously. But the energy was taken seriously, even if the 3D wasn't invested in. Gosh. What an energetic clusterfuck. Okay, Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, you ever get wrapped in that feeling, this is mine, but I have to reject it. I have to be responsible, discipline, exercise boundaries, etc., etc. Thing is that this was still kept in front of your eyes. You still kept it in front of your eyes. It still influenced you energetically, even though you didn't invest. Why did you do that? You did not invest in 3D, but you sure as hell did energetically. But perhaps you didn't see it that way at the time. Anyway, Ace of Pentacles. You never fully claimed it, but you never fully rejected it, I suppose is my point. Ooh, yours is tricky today. Yours is tricky today, Virgo. Very tricky. Ace of Wands, 7 of Swords, Knights of Pentacles. Even now, you have the prospect of new before you. Congratulations, and that makes me very happy for you. Ultimately, what to do with your investment, Ace of Pentacles. You could open up here, you could open up there, you could open up anywhere. There's one avenue that you could potentially open up to, but you're just like, I don't think I can. I don't think I can. I don't know that I should. Communication. That's it. So we're back to that Ace of Pentacles and that investment theory. There's a lot of places you could take your Ace of Pentacles. I hope you know that. It's not just limited or relegated to one situation. It's yours to do with as you please. It's your best investment. Knights of Pentacles, 7 Swords, 8 of Wands, and you keep talking yourself out of putting it in a particular direction, and I think we know what direction that is. Okay? You want to talk to it. And you say, maybe I shouldn't. Okay, so basic advice. If it's going to be more of the same, where it's a lot of tension that's unresolved, and we can't fully put ourselves into it, then it's best left alone. If in some way you can give to it, and you want to. No one's pressuring you to, no one's pressuring you to, and above all, you're not pressuring yourself. You want to. Then do so. That devil's coming from a place of fear. To take whatever this is too seriously. Okay? But the energy was taken seriously. So yeah, I think you want to talk. But you don't know that you should. Again. Alright? If it's more of this, I just kind of want to feel the fire but not get burned by it, then leave it alone. But if you can see yourself in this a little more than you did in the past, that means you're giving a little more. That means you're investing a little more. That means you're a little more invested. Then maybe, yeah. But it's up to you. You're this close to making up your mind. Temperance. know, people hate it when I do that. Well, that's because the collective didn't show me absolutes. And even if they did, I still have to qualify it because that's how human beings are. If I say I absolutely see you're doing this, people will get pissed off. Don't tell me what to do. I'm not. It's just there. I tell people, I don't know what you're doing yet, but you're thinking about it. Still pisses them off. You just can't win. So again, tarot is the proof of choice, not the absence of it. What you feel inclined to do today, you may not do tomorrow, and vice versa. Energy shifts, people change. It really does depend on how well you know yourself, or how much perhaps you don't know yourself. But are you being true to you? So no, I'm not going to sit here and tell you what to do. I honestly don't know. I see it as one of many possibilities for what you could do. I told you that Ace of Pentacles is not limited to just this scenario, but it represents a possible pathway for the very investment that you said you would have nothing to do with in the past. So, okay. Temperance. Ace of Wands. Page of Wands. Once more, for those who may not be listening. I read what's here, not what isn't. Okay? I told you. You have a variety of ways in which you could use your Ace of Pentacles. A variety. I see the one you're thinking about the most. You're not done with this, Ace of Wands. It's just not. That which inspired you, lit you up, pissed you off, frustrated you, turned you on, turned you off. Do you know where all that came from? Again, because you said from the very beginning you wouldn't have anything to do with it. You wouldn't take it seriously, and that came from a place of fear. Fear of loss. Fear of bad investment. Fear of having this thing blow up in your face. But that didn't keep the energy from existing. No, in fact, you made it a point to keep it in front of you. Again, I want to see the fire. I don't want to get burned. I'm terrified. So it was created in you a multitude of mixed emotions. All of them centering around hope, passion, vitality, interest, creativity, spark, flame, and then fear, aggression, anger, discipline. If you can approach that fire differently, and I mean differently, Temperance, the High Priestess, Page of Wands, be open to the fire for the right reasons, and know that you can give yourself a little bit more to this today or tomorrow than perhaps you did in the yesteryears. You will have a different outcome. You know, I see people, I'm not necessarily advocating reconnection here. I'm not saying that. It's more like what to do with what I've been experiencing for you. But I see people all the time say, oh, I think about reconnection. And I'm like, great. You see these problems here in the past? Don't do that, and you'll have a different outcome. Okay. But it takes two. So a little tricky there. Now, if we reconnect with somebody and we get the same results, it's because nothing about it changed. So I'm just saying, if you want different results with this, learn to see your fire differently. You're so afraid of it. I strongly suspect you're a deeply passionate creature, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you learn to see it in a practical way. So naturally, you will fear something that perhaps you don't really allow yourself to understand, at least not in the case with this thing that provokes you so damn hard. But I promise you, learn to see it differently. Be willing to invest a little bit more of yourself. You will have different results. Okay? You're feeling inclined. And this can be corrected in communication, yes. But you may not know if you continue to edge away from it. It's up to you. I see something beautiful within you, not something ugly and twisted. But you're so afraid it would fuck you up. Or fuck you over. Any kind of fucked except the good kind. Right? See, this is this is why I like being me. Yes, I tend to be very liberal with my language. I understand. As I've made no confusion about that over the years, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. But I am the one that will honestly tell you what I'm saying. Okay? Definitely does not make me the most popular reader, I'll tell you that. I know what people want me to say. Oh, just drink this magic potion and all your problems go away. You know. Don't worry, you've moved on, you left it behind, and now you have all these things going on for you, and congratulations. And those readings happen. They do. I've seen them. But this is for the real human that got caught up in a real human conflict. Okay. Queen of Cups is in the outcome. The Empress. Three of Swords. And Chariot, nonetheless. I say someone of their own free will, they come from a little bit more of a water orientation, it seems. Yeah, they're saying it hurts. It hurts to move towards you, but I'm willing to try. And you couldn't ask for much more than that. I see you greeted with an open heart space, and if you're willing to join them there, they'll be there. I don't know if you intended or not, but you conquered somebody's heart space a long time ago. And from you, you seem to think this is a matter of discipline and restraint, and it's too unpredictable. I don't know. Something about the intensity of it just kind of freaks you out, maybe even puts you off, but you seem to be so damn drawn to it. Again, if you've never really had that practical point of view of how this could work for you, you saw nothing but disaster, you were going to experience that, right? So I'm there to tell you once more, I see what's here, not what isn't. I've never seen so much held up on communication before. The potential of it. But yeah, you could enter into a space of peace with that fire and attraction, and not just the intensity, but the creativity, and feel it, be in tune with it. Embrace it as a certain sort of boldness that feels good and comfortable for you. But yeah, it's up to you. I mean, it really does come down to that little Seven of Swords. You know, I hope the best for you. I really do, because I see the best being yours if you're willing to see it that way. You know? Question though, you knew from the very outset you weren't going to invest in it. You said it was nothing but fear. No, you couldn't take it seriously, and it'll blow up in your face if you did. Again, that was fear talking, not an absolute, not a given. So why did you keep it in front of your face for so long? Part of you wanted to overcome that fear. That's why. It's called exposure therapy, in a way, roughly speaking. Secret admirer, not so secret. No. Even if you've been admiring as a secret or from far away, perhaps it's them you, but I'm reading you today. It's really not so secret. It's not a secret to you. Like I said, you kept them in front of your face for a long, I don't know about years, but perhaps a long time, even while there was distance. Okay. Epiphany, breakthrough, insight. All right. Yes, exposure therapy in a way this kind of is. In its dirtiest kind of definition. Okay, it's a bastardized version of exposure therapy. It did its job. The fear for you has a potential to come down if you can see the good in it. We have two B's. Are you kidding me? B and B? All right. We have your medallion twice. 2 Virgo, a Capricorn, so you might very well have some strong Capricorn in your chart. We also have Cancer here. So any of these very strong placements in your chart, obviously connecting to where the seasons might be important to you. And then we have the Captain's Wheel. Oh, it's making a comeback this round. So that is the Wheel of Fortune combined with the World. Time moves forward always. And in that space of time moving forward, doors close, they open, and sometimes they reopen. It's up to you. It's just a reminder to us to make the best use of our time. And what does that mean? Okay. All right. Virgo, honey, I hope this helped you. I do. Oh, I would love to be a fly on your wall. Just please know I'm rooting for you. I hope this helped. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Capricorn, what's up? Show me Capricorn, please. Oh, by the way, your energy came through pretty strongly on Virgos, so FYI, if you have any Virgo in your chart, perhaps check theirs out. All right, what's going on? Oh, Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Wands, Ten of Swords, Five of Wands. Okay. For some of you, perhaps let that one pass. All right. If something on the forefront seems exciting and it might be coming back around, it looks like it's more pain than promise. For some of you, not all of you. Now, let's try that again. Okay. Past. Nine of Swords. Rising. Three of Wands. Present day. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Justice before you. Outcome is the Nine of Pentacles. Good. You look good. It doesn't start out that way, but that's how it ends up. No, I'm happy for you. In the past, yesterday or a long time ago, you had a lot on your mind. Stress, anxiety, fears. Rising into the Three of Wands. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. Present day. Whatever that is, you got space from it, and it looks like you needed it. Okay. It was a good call. I'm not saying waiting here. No. Your energy, yourself, as you are as a person, started to relax considerably when you took your focus off that Nine of Wands. So no, I don't think you were waiting. I think you got space. Deliberate space. And Queen of Pentacles, like I said, in present day. Good. Beautiful. Better acquainted or reacquainted with your own sense of self-worth, taking care of yourself, prioritizing yourself. I believe maintaining distance from that Nine of Swords. Justice. Good call. Yes, it was a good call indeed. Well done. Oh, you know that because you feel balanced. Nine of Pentacles in the outcome. Yeah, that's a lot better. So you're going back out into the world, a very capable, stand-up, do-right individual. Okay? Independent, very experienced, very capable. All right. Seeing to your own needs and own sense of security and development, so on and so forth. Nine of Swords in the past. Okay, yes you did. Six of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, Seven of Cups. Trying to remain open to whatever this is accumulated to a lot of pain and a sense of impossibility for you. Simply put, you exited. It's like you had to. The stress had accumulated to a point that it was unmanageable. It was on your mind day and night. And then because of that, it seemed that you could, in the past, I'm looking at past Capricorn, and you were looking at yourself and your prospects for this situation in future, and you said, this isn't good. It's like, if I'm worrying this much all the time about the situation, what makes me think I'm going to stop? Oh, well done. Well done. If I continue to remain open to this situation, I will continue to get the same results. You are absolutely right. Damn right. Okay. And you didn't want to keep getting the same results, so you left. Six of Swords. You left the situation behind, specifically the scenario in which you found yourself open to something again and again, and all it did was cause you more harm and wear. All right? And you didn't want to keep Wheel of Fortune. You didn't want to think about this in the future. It's like, this shouldn't be happening in the future. If I keep doing this, it's going to show up in my future too. I'll keep doing this same thing in the future too. Exactly. Okay. So yes, you left that. You got space from it. It must have been pretty darn stressful. But I think what freaked you out the most was that you would still be worrying about the same shit in the future that you are in the past. Or that you were in the past. 3 of Wands. You made a good call there, although at the time you might have thought that you were leaving the situation under stress or duress or something like that. But I promise you, it's that little insight you had. If it's like this now, and it just seems to be like this constantly, what makes me think that's going to change for the future? I'll always be worrying about this. I'll always be afraid of this. All right, 3 of Wands. So you left. You got space, deliberate space. 2 of Pentacles and the Devil, you darling, 5 of Cups. And when you got space from it, it's like when you got some breathing space from it, you thought, perhaps even obsessively, is there anything salvageable? Is there anything salvageable? But you had to get space to figure that out. Am I right? So it's not an accusation. It's just, it was your process in the past. Literally, you had to get space from this in order to figure out if there's anything left to give it. 2 of Pentacles, the Devil, you. 5 of Cups, because you're saying it's so sad and you hate that it's so remorseful. You hate that. You absolutely hate it. Because that's not how you want to remember this. That's not how you want to feel about it. You don't want this to be one more thing in your memory banks that's sad or regretful or remorseful, but you're like, what else is there to do? What else is there to do? Did I not leave myself open and available to this? Did I not do what I could to make whatever it was on the other side feel welcome? No, I did my best to keep myself open to it, and all it did was cause me harm. So I still, even though you detached from this physically, I still see you kind of making yourself go through the motions of, did I do everything? Did I do everything? Did I do everything? And that's, I just know you. You're putting yourself through the ringer. You know, did I do everything? It seems like such a waste. It's such a shame. But mind you, you left this for a reason. You got distance from it for a reason. So respectfully, I understand that kind of need in you, that push in you. Can I find something here worth working with? I think you already know the answer. I just think that you're making yourself be thorough. That's all. That hint right there is I did all I could to keep myself open to this for as long as possible, to the point that it started to hurt me all day, all night. Okay. So if there's anything left you can do, honey, is there anything left that you actually want to do? Ah, but this is already in the past. I'm looking at your reflections. But you needed the space to look at it for yourself and work through that for yourself and breathe through that for yourself and get the realizations that you needed for you. Okay? But yeah, no. Honestly, though, ask yourself, is there realistically anything else I could have done? Or is this just coming from me in that past, and I don't want this situation to mean regret and loss and remorse? There you go. Well, that's something you can't control. Clearly, it did. Otherwise, you wouldn't have left it. All right? So maybe give yourself a break, but again, it's already in the past. These reflections you've already had. Well, be kind to your past self, because your past self did everything it could. Okay? All right. Queen of Pentacles in present day, I find you someone who's a lot more comfortable with themselves, their sense of self-worth, and specifically taking care of yourself. All right? That clearly exhausted you. Exhausted whatever resources you put into it, mental, emotional, physical, whatever, man. You got to take care of yourself now. The Sun. Justice. Beautiful. Well done. Oh, and you're not alone. Oh. Wasn't that cozy? A little cozier than I expected. I thought you'd be like, yeah, I'm taking care of myself. Doing good at work. You know, I hang out with my family and my friends when I can. That's what I thought you were going to show me. In a way, it's still true. It's just, it's larger scale. The Sun, Justice, Lovers. Yeah, you really are taking care of yourself. And you are indeed living the ideals of happiness. You are not alone. Not at all. You're quite comfy and cozy with someone else. It's beautiful. It's balanced. And justice, scales, duality. Same is true for the lovers. Very balanced. Makes you very, very happy. So you see the power here, ultimately, if I were to summarize it, the power of leaving something behind that you know is no good for you. It lined you up to what could be. Okay. If you're willing to let go. Okay. And the Sun, justice, I don't know when that happened for you. I have no idea if you connected this person yesterday, or a couple months ago, or a year ago. I don't know. For some of you, markedly last Libra season, which was not too long ago, or last Gemini season, a couple months ago. It doesn't have to be. At some point, perhaps, over the Sun. So, Leo season, Gemini. Okay. Over the summer months, maybe, for some of you. I just know you're not alone now. You look so fulfilled, so at peace, so settled into happiness and your worth. You're really feeling your worth. So you know then distinctly this was unworthy of you, right? Because now you have something, I would even say it's divine to compare it to. When something's not for you, it's going to wear at you and wear at you until you leave it alone. It's going to mentally wear on you, physically wear on you, emotionally wear on you. It doesn't want you to hold on to it. Okay. So I really respect that you got space from this. And more than that, you really did leave it behind. But a part of you is like, did I do everything? Did I do everything? And you were perhaps obsessed with that thinking for a while. But still, you knew. You knew to maintain distance. You knew not to go back there. And somewhere in that space of not going back there and building back into you, you met your divine one. Okay? Absolute proof. Absolute proof. What's for you will not pass you by. And the stuff that should pass you by, let it. Don't get in the way. Okay? That's gorgeous. You hold on to that. You don't let them go. Yeah? The Sun, justice, lovers. That's the one. That's the one that we work through things with. That's the one who shows up as much as you do. Okay? That's the one who gives and doesn't just take. That's not the one that makes you feel like an exposed live wire for months or years at a time. Whatever that was not calm. It was not soothing. All right, Justice is here twice. Some of you, FYI, have very strong Libra in your chart. Again, could be connection to, or their season might have been very important to you. And also what I like about this person, again, I'm not doing a yours and theirs. I'm just saying that they reinforce your idea of self-care. You are worthy of this. So am I. That's why we're together. Okay. Balance. 3 cups. Nine of Swords. And the Empress. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of like you can look back on this and laugh. Oh, bless you for that. That makes me happy. So you know that Nine of Swords, that's how you opened up too. 3 cups. It's like, I used to worry about that shit. Yeah. It's going to feel good for you in the future. Continue to feel balanced with this, lovers. And the Empress, absolutely, that's you in this context. That's you. I'm empowered. I'm an empowered person. I know better. I'm balanced. Why the hell did I think that was so important? You know, what am I thinking of that game with jacks? The rubber ball, the jacks. You know, I was playing with a rubber ball and some jacks. Why? Why did I think that was so important? And I see you're back on it like it's a ridiculous subject. It's like, why did I keep myself up at night for that? What was I thinking? It's okay. You're balanced now. So I don't want you to put too much thought into it. It is something that you have turned your back on, specifically that 9 of Swords, 3 cups, trying to keep whatever that is together. Okay. And you're not a ringleader of a circus. You're not. You're not running a circus. So I'm glad that you can turn your back on that and feel at peace with it. It doesn't bother you. You're too big for that. Okay. Justice, you're at peace with the whole thing now. But it's going to have that moment where it's like, what was I doing? What the hell was I doing? Why did I insist on sticking around for that so long? Huh. It all makes sense to you in the future. That's okay. It's like, yeah, no, if something's meant to be, clearly it falls into place effectively and easily. 9 of Pentacles. Ace of Cups, 3 Swords. Okay, that's fine. Age of Wands. Now, I say that because that's normal. A little bit of fear there, it's okay. You're talking about love here, deepening, falling in love with yourself again, allowing yourself to fall in love with this person. Age of Wands, communication's on point. You choose to stand up for this because you believe in it. You're here representing yourself, and you're saying, I am me, but I'm clearly in connection to something with somebody somewhere. It makes me feel fantastic. It makes me feel grounded. It makes me at peace. It makes me calm, and it nurtures me. Yeah, I want to keep this going. So yeah, there's a little bit of fear there in the heart space, and that's okay. That's normal. Just don't allow it to overrule you. Okay, this is going to be nothing like you experienced in the past. Represent yourself well via communication and action. Keep this going. I love this. Let it continue to unfold, and it deepens in your life. I love to. All right. That's absolutely wonderful, guys. I'm very happy for you. And just let's be glad that that little circus there, that little shit show, didn't show up any better, because then you might have missed this, you know? But like I said, if it's meant for you, it will not pass you by. Be open to receive. Whatever this is, it's a gift and you're worthy of it. Be open to receive. Apologies, forgiveness. I'm interpreting that first and foremost, seeing as how much self-love you're showing me here and worthiness. Be open to receiving forgiveness from yourself. Okay. Do I think I see an apology coming from that? No, I don't. And I think people who are determined to move on the least wait and hang out for an apology. I'm sure you already had an experience with that already. You forgiving yourself and understanding what your worth is and being open to receive it. That is how you make up for lost time. Saying yes to what's right for you. Okay. Be kind to yourself. Forgive yourself for past mistakes. Maybe what I'm looking at here is naivety at most. Especially since you turned your back on it as Empress. It's like, what was I even fussing about, honestly? It didn't make sense then. Okay, yeah, it didn't make sense then. Okay? But for this stuff that doesn't make sense then, we can understand what makes sense to us now. Because now we have something to compare it to. Okay? But no. No. You want to give yourself the ultimate apology? Allow yourself to receive what's yours. That's what this is. I hope you see that. Dear Capricorn, I am so sorry I allowed so-and-so dickhead or idiot to waste so much of our time. That's my bad. Here's what's good for us. I hope this makes up for it. And your spirit and your heart are going to be like, hell yeah, it does. All right, we have the letters T, R, K, D, W, B. We have the Tree of Life. Oh, I know. You are very much invested in the long term. I have no doubt. Foundation, stability, so on and so forth. So be mindful of that. That's your goal. Whatever that was the opposite of stability. And then we have the seashell. You know, you might have some very interesting Cancer in your chart. Could be connected to it. This season might be important to you, but listen to your feelings. Okay? Gappy honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Scorpio, what's up? Show me Scorpio, please. And happy birthday once more. Show me Scorpio, please. Past, present, future. What's going on? Okay, past. The Hermit, rising, Knight of Pentacles, present day, King of Wands. Yeah, before you, Six of Cups, and the outcome is the Four of Pentacles. Okay? Started out simply enough with the Hermit in the past, recent past, long-term past, it's up to you. But the Hermit, doing a good job looking at your path and understanding what it means to you, knowing your place on it. Okay? Do you want to continue? Do you want to change directions? I think many of you simply wanted to continue, Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. Don't fix what ain't broke. I'm not saying that pathway is perfect, but you've come a long way in terms of, your life, its meaning to you, what you've learned from it in healing, and then also how you participate on that path too. You see a lot of good in it, and you also see no reason to change. Knight of Pentacles. You know a lot, you've learned a lot, you're very wise. Okay. King of Wands, present day energy. Oh, there's a big part of you that's on. It's alive. Okay. A little more free flowing there. Confidence, passion's on the rise. What's up? Six of Cups before you in future, a soul bond. Okay. Now, even if you don't believe in soul bonds, that's cool. First of all, we have many in this lifetime. That's my personal belief. But that aside, it's just that unique connection between you and someone else based on memories, time, experience. All right? So, someone important to you, Four of Pentacles. There's a holding on feature there. Okay. Let's see what's up. What's going on? The Hermit. Yeah, look at that. Right there on the split, too. The Hermit and King of Wands once more. Huh. Some of you are quite naturally passionate, but you can switch modes in terms of wisdom, insight, steady hand, not rushing anything, but also understanding when something's right for you, where you have a calling. Okay? Balancing between those two. All right. The Hermit. The Wheel of Fortune. Oh, Ten of Cups. Ah, the Sun. Beautiful. Oh, yeah, no wonder. No wonder you don't want to break stride. No, I wouldn't either. The Hermit. The Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Cups, the Sun. Okay, looking back at you in the past, you actually made a decision some time ago to live a life of peace and harmony and happiness between you and yours. And you're saying that's all that matters, really? You're showing me a core value. And that you settled upon that a long time ago. Okay. And you won't deviate from that path. It's like, if me and mine aren't safe and secure, and we're not happy, then there's no point to this path. So you've been on that for a while, and you want to see it into your future as well, in the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is in the past as a reflection based on wisdom about your future. These elements you have here in the past, you're saying you want to see them further out too. That's important to you, and that you want to live this kind of life. So your inner circle is here, Ten of Cups. Inner circle, vaguely referred to as family and friends, but that can also include things like spouses, kids, lovers. It's up to you how you define your Ten of Cups. Everybody's just different. Some folks, you talk to them, they have 5 people in their life, and that's it. That's all they need. Other people, they got 500. You never know. But you're saying, so long as there is emotional equilibrium between me and mine, and we're all happy, and I'm part of that, it's a good life. And you want to see that before you in the future, not just your past. All right, very good. You're saying that's a worthy path, it's a worthy life. Emotional stability, love, joy, support, care. Excellent. Very calm, very steady. Knights of Pentacles, continuing on. The Hierophant, Death, Nine of Swords. Okay, wow. At some point on your path, you lost a commitment. Okay? You lost a commitment. Somewhere on that path. You stay true to your values and your virtues. That's still very important to you. but they no longer include one particular person. It's kind of like saying I don't have to worry about them anymore. I will continue to move forward in this designation of happy, healthy harmony between me and mine, and I have every intention of looking forward to that in future too, minus one person. So on your travels, you lost somebody along the way. Most likely a commitment, a committed partner. Okay. The Hierophant, Death, Nine of Swords. It's, again, roughly translated. It's kind of like saying this was important. I acknowledge that. But I don't have to worry about it anymore. You're showing me remarkable peace over the subject. Okay. You're someone who clearly values wisdom, reflection, insight. It's kind of like everything serves a purpose. Everything has a meaning. And I know that if this could have stayed with me, it would have, but it couldn't. I accept that. Very strong. You must be an experienced Scorpio. That's a lot of upper division energies, by the way, just in the first couple. Oh, no, 5, but still. Okay. So that was on your way forward in your path, but still in the past. So this is known to you. At this point, you would know if this is your reading. Okay? And if it's not, that's cool. Check out your other placements. You're not being excluded. That's all. I have to tell that to people often. And I understand why people get very wrapped up in tarot. Very. But do keep in mind, so for example, I have 2 very dominant placements, Scorpio, Aries. People ask me all the time, do you resonate with every single Scorpio reading? Oh no, not at all. Nor should I. Nor should you. So I advocate checking other placements. I very rarely watch tarot. I don't need to. But when I do, I know who my regulars are, and I'll check in with them here and there. It's been a long time, actually. Maybe I should check in on some of those folks. But sometimes I tell you, some people get my Aries a lot better than my Scorpio. Sometimes it's the other way around. Anyway, King of Wands. Just once more, the importance of checking your placements, especially for you, since you look like such a wise, experienced, versatile Scorpio. Okay. All right. King of Wands, present day. Ace of Swords, Truth, 7 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups. Okay. There's something here you are acknowledging. It feels comfortable. I see you looking at it. It's even got you kind of excited. But you're like, easy, 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 easy there. Easy there, Chief. Okay. Yes, you are excited. King of Wands. Confidence rising, passion rising, interest rising. Ace of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups. Yeah, you're acknowledging something here. You see it on your path. It's important. Or at least you recognize it could be. Okay. 6 of Cups. Six of Cups. Four of Pentacles. Twice. Strength. Judgment. You know, now this is feeling a little more like a Scorpio reading. I'm like, that's what I'm used to seeing for us. At first you're like, okay, easy, easy, easy. I'm excited about this. I acknowledge it, but I want to manage my expectations. So you had a very clear perspective. Ace of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. Something that feels comfortable. It's on the path. Okay. There's a sense of familiarity here. Clear recognition. 2 of Cups. Like, yeah, I know who that is. Excitement rising, but keeping it in check. Okay. But it's like, I acknowledge it. I see it. There's a comfort in it. And there is a comfort in it. It's a little more than a Two of Cups, Six of Cups, Four of Pentacles, Strength, Judgment. It took someone a strength of will to reapproach this, either you or they, and I'm not doing a yours and theirs, so let's make that clear. But someone here exercised judgment to do something with their strength, because there's an acknowledgement here with the Four of Pentacles that we've been holding on to this connection. We never let it go. And it's taking a strength of will to reapproach it. Prior to that, strength was used as resistance. I'm not going to reconnect to that. And now it's showing me strength forward. We've had a reversal on that. And it was a good decision as far as I can tell. But yeah, this connection from the past is re-emerging. And it comes down to a Four of Pentacles. We're holding on to this. And now we're using strength to re-emerge with it. Okay? You said you recognized it right away. It's like, oh yeah, I know what that is. I know. And yeah, there is an emotional construct there, but keep the expectations clear or visible, not too high. Okay. But yeah, no, this is some sort of soul bond that's being given a second chance, and perhaps two people that never really lost sight of each other. Okay. Now, that's the Scorpio stuff Scorpio's looking for. I know. Four of Pentacles. But, guys, I have to impress upon you the practical, sage, wizened readings have a right to exist as well. I'm glad you showed me this, because you're telling me this is a core belief for you, and it's non-negotiable. So that means this person then, they'd have to fit into your life in some way that is healthy, harmonious, and happy. Otherwise, there's no point. And I think that's why you're showing me you're keeping your expectations in check. Okay, or your hopes in check. All right, Four of Pentacles. The Moon, the Page of Wands. Oh, the Chariot. Oh, okay, you could not see. You didn't know this person was holding on. Oh. Okay, long story short. You didn't know this person was holding on, so it wasn't you. Okay. You gave me the acknowledgement, but after that I didn't quite understand your role in it. If it was your rebirth or what? But Four of Pentacles, the Moon. No, this Four of Pentacles I'm seeing here. It was under the Moon, Page of Wands, the Chariot. It's coming forward when it's supposed to. I can tell you this, that person perhaps stubbornly held on to this connection for a long time, but also from that point of view of, I'm not going to do anything with it. But they held on to it, and now that seems to be a reversal of fortunes. So it's under the Moon, unbeknownst to you, this person was holding on as long as they did for as long as they have. Page of Wands, the Chariot, and then it comes forward. Okay, it comes forward. Okay. All right. Wow. What happens after that, I don't know. I do know that you two have the opportunity to reconnect, and this will either thrive and you will continue to add to your collective memories here with the Six of Cups, or you won't. Okay, so I congratulate this person that they held on to this connection as long as they did, and now they're re-emerging with it, but you get to choose. You get to choose if you want to participate. Again, your immediate reaction is just calm, level-headed. I know what I know. If this can balance in the greater scheme of things of your hopes, dreams, wishes, wants, and happiness, then yeah, maybe it's got a shot. Okay? But you get to choose. Oh, but yeah, you didn't know about that Four of Pentacles. Well, it's nice to catch you off guard sometimes. It's hard. But yeah, I wish I could see more of a profile. It's just, I see a sweetness there. It's not threatening. It's not challenging. It's just someone who's held on to your two's connection and the energy specifically. And I do know this. It kind of knocked you out of that kind of calm, sage, wise thing and into a space of more, oh, what's up? It got your interest. Let's put it that way. Can it fit into the greater scheme of your life? Now that is yet to be seen. That's another read, darling. That's another read for another day. For some of you, this activity take place directly around the last full moon or the upcoming. I know that. So I said soulmate. Yeah, I know that. I know. Spring, codependent. Now, that's interesting. I am seeing that as the Four of Pentacles grip on this, and holding on to it. Perhaps we acknowledge this, or they did, or you did, or some, I don't know. But there's an acknowledgement, I think, around holding on to this, so it must be them. Since last spring, the soulmate has, like, I'm still holding on to this connection. I recognize that. I see it. It's interesting because you're not showing me any false dependencies at all. You said, in fact, it was as you were moving forward on your path that you actually dropped someone. Okay? There's an ending of a commitment here. You acknowledged it very plainly, very simply. You said learned a lot from it. You transformed from it too. And that you were able to let it go. So no, I don't see any false dependencies on you. And even then, I'm not codependent. Perhaps someone who didn't know how to move forward. But you know them. I don't know. Oh, one letter. Why? One stinking letter. Why? All right, we have the medallion of Sag, Aries, Aquarius. You might have any of these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to. Their season might be important to you. You have the key. Of course, you have the key in any given situation. Don't be afraid to use it. Okay? You can either see yourself as the prisoner, in which case you don't have a key, or you can see yourself as the jailer. So let yourself out of prison, right? In other words, you're not helpless. You know what to do. Use your key. I know, there's more of that soulmate thing, the infinity loop, and then the crescent moon in reverse. So perhaps for some of you then, if not around the full moon, then the new moon. And some way this might come forward. Okay. Scorpio, honey, I do hope this helps you. I know there's a lot of conditions on that, but then again, you showed me, I'm going to manage my expectations. I recognize them, and I'm even a little excited. That's enough of a start for me. Okay? And I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Pisces, what's up? Show me, Pisces. What's going on? Show me, Pisces. Okay. There we go. All right, past. The Wheel of Fortune, rising into the Queen of Swords, present day 10 of Swords. Before you, the Queen of Cups. Outcome is the 3 of Swords. Okay. I know you have a rational side, and I know you have a big heart. Somewhere between those two, they need to talk. All right, the past, Wheel of Fortune. Something in the past is catching up to you in present day. All right, we know what it is. Queen of Swords, rising to the occasion, trying to look at it logically, rationally. 10 of Swords, present day. You feel the weight of pain here. A lot of it. Before you, the Queen of Cups, trying to keep your heart open, but it seems like the more you try, the more it breaks your heart. 3 of Swords. Okay. All right. Automatically, you should know if this one's yours or not, right? So if it's not, check your other placements. Let's see that Wheel of Fortune. What's going on? Ace of Cups, 6 of Swords. Oh, Judgment. You told yourself 1,000 times over you'd leave this alone. And you said, I know it's good for me. I know I'm supposed to give this up. I know I'm supposed to give this up in my heart, but easier said than done, right? This is something you've come back to many times. And Judgment, 6 of Swords, Ace of Cups. I know I should pursue other things elsewhere. I know I should make my heart available in other areas. I really should leave this alone. I know that. Pisces, dang it. We've had this talk, Pisces. That's kind of like the dialogue you have with yourself in the past. In the past. I told myself I wouldn't go back. I told myself I wouldn't go there again. You know, I'd really open up in another direction. Or hell, I'd show myself love first. But I said I wouldn't go back there. I made that decision. Why? Stick to it. Come on, stick to it. Stick to it. Get this off your mind. Get this out of your spirit. Get this out of your heart. Stop going back there. Queen of Swords. The Empress, King of Swords, and the Moon. Oh, but there you are, darling. Your power card. Your mind keeps drifting back to them. They are so important in your mind. Very. In your mind, they're very important. It's kind of hard for you to be honest with yourself here. Now, you've given them a rank, and kind of upper rank there of importance, the Emperor and Empress. Did they earn it? Or is that something you need to work through? Why are they an Empress in my eyes? Did they earn that, or did I give them that role or title? The Moon. It's an uncomfortable subject for some of you. But you're trying to look at it. You are. Why are they so important? Why are they so important to me? I said I'd leave it behind. I said I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't think about them anymore. I wouldn't have feelings for them anymore. They're still in my mind. And it's hard for you to look at there. That's your power card, honey. The Moon. Ten of Swords. Two of Pentacles, the Magician, the Knight of Wands. Yeah, you're still tied up to them. Did this person actually earn the loyalty in your heart? Okay. I don't know what they did to earn it. It looks like not much was kept to keep it. They let you go. So why do you keep coming back to this one? I need you to push harder on yourself with that Moon. Why? Why are they so important through your eyes and in your heart? Because you're showing me loyal heart to this. And that even though it hurts so bad right now with the Ten of Swords, honey. I sympathize. It hurts so bad, even now with the Two of Pentacles and the Magician, Knight of Wands, you're still like, something, give me something. Just give me something to work with. Give me a reason and I'm back in those races. Do you know who they really are? Or are you convinced that you know who they are? Because it seems to me, if you knew who they really were, you wouldn't be showing me so much devotion and a willingness to work through this, even now, even if it's a little bit, to work through the pain, if it means in some way getting good energy from this or good validation from it, even their attention. Why? It makes me wonder if you know who they really are, or do you have partial illumination to who they really are? Okay. You seem to be convinced there's so much more there than what you've been presented with. How well do you really know this person? And is it because there's still mystery around this? It was never fully developed. You know, imagine getting a scratch off. It takes 6 numbers to win, and you scratched off 3. And let's say for whatever reason you just know those 3 that you scratched off are part of the winning numbers. But you're not actually allowed to reveal the whole thing. You're assuming those other 3 numbers, the remaining 3, match. to the big jackpot. How much do you actually know about this person? Attractive? In your eyes, yes. Desirable heart space? Yeah, in your eyes, yes. Then why does being connected to them cause you so much pain? You said you'd stop pointing your heart in their direction. You sold yourself, and even now you're still trying to find space for them. To include them. Even though you said, I'm not going back, I'm not going back, I'm not going back. I think you revealed, going back to that lottery ticket, half the numbers. And for one reason or another, you've been blessed. Those first 3 numbers are a match. Okay. But you haven't been allowed to see the final 3. And now you're fixated. If I could just scratch off the rest of it, I would know absolutely I was a winner. So it's like I see you trying to make a deal with the universe. Just let me know a little more. Just let me know a little more. Just let me know a little more. I'm pretty sure I'm right. How good can this situation be if it hurts that bad? So think about it. Are you really in love with them, or are you really in love with the idea of knowing the mystery of it? Because it seems like we're floating a lot of illusion and a lot of pain. Even now, I hate seeing that, honey. And once more, that's where I need to point out to people, because they get so mad. That's not me. That would never be me. Okay, it's not you. Check your other placements. Please. Don't waste your time like that. And there's no need to get unnecessarily angry. It can be prevented. Say, well, that one's not for me. Whistle and go about your day. Okay? This is for the person who is still asking the universe for this. More revelation of this connection of this person. Please, just a little more. Just a little more. I need to know that I'm right. And why did you open with that feeling of being so wrong? Honey, they might be the bee's knees for somebody, but I don't think they're the bee's knees for you. I see how this has brought you down, made you compromise yourself, not listen to yourself, and asking just a little more evidence from the universe that this is someone special. I'm sure they are someone special. But in connection to you, it makes you uncertain, insecure, and like I said, compromising your own good word. You opened up with, I told myself I wasn't going back. I told myself. I told myself. I told myself. Queen of Cups, Ten of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. Yeah, I want you to reflect on that. Your good, beautiful heart is showing me signs of insecurity. You doubt yourself, and I hate that. You have a whole world attached to you. You have a whole world you're responsible for. It undermines you, honey. It undermines you. Okay? So being connected to this, even hoping for a little bit, does that make you feel stable or unstable? The Ten of Swords is weighing on you pretty heavily, so trying to continue to find ways to incorporate this in your life it seems like it's destabilizing your efforts. I need you to think about that. I know you mean well, and I know you love big, and I know you love hard. So make sure your love isn't attached to something or someone that can ultimately harm it or destabilize it. No, we don't want that. Okay. Because whatever this is, being connected to it, even in the smallest of ways, is chipping away at your sense of security. I don't like that. It's very upsetting. I don't want to see that. Not for you, not for anybody. Okay? True love makes you feel like you're thriving, not that you're falling apart. So again, are you actually in love with this person, or the idea of what you think you know about them, and you hope you can find out a little more? Because trying to find ways to keep them in your life is hurting you. Three Swords. Heartbreak. Ace of Pentacles. The World. The Emperor. Oh, thank you. Very good. You think they're so empowered. You're empowered too. You lost sight in that. Honey, I don't know why you two aren't a match. You're just not. You're just fucking not. But I do know this. You're your own empowered person at the end of the day. And being connected to this person makes you forget that. It really does. It really does. Eight of Pentacles, the World, thank you. I'm happy to see you are working on letting this go because it hurts so bad out there in the outcome. That shouldn't be your outcome, right? You told me in the opening you would leave this behind. You weren't going back. You wouldn't make your heart available to this again. You said so. You'll point your cup anywhere. There. Whatever, man. And the thing is, you wouldn't go back. You made that decision. And then your mind kicks in and says, well, maybe, Pisces, you don't know everything. You know how close you were to winning the lottery with them? Do you know how fucking close? We just need to hang in there a little more. A little more and it'll all be revealed. No. This is the true revelation. They might be amazing. An amazing person in and of their own right. But not in connection to you. I don't like the way how you feeling connected to this person makes you act and feel so insecure and so small that you would willfully destabilize your world if it means finding out a little bit more. You already know everything you need to know. That's why you opened up with leaving. And all I see you doing is going back and reaffirming once more what you already know. So you're putting yourself through it. And I can tell you this right now. Tarot does not dictate action. You do. Tarot's the proof of choice, not the absence of it. You could stop. You can absolutely fucking stop. You already know it's a bum lottery ticket. You're not going to win. You got a couple of matching numbers. And somehow you were blessed with that knowledge early. I'm guessing that's your intuitive process speaking. One of the reasons that keeps you hooked. Yeah, you can feel something strong and important with them. But how it plays out in your reality is that it makes you feel insecure and in pain. Okay. But the other side of those numbers, they may not even exist. Seems to me if this person wanted you to know more of who they are, they'd invite you more in their life. I wouldn't be seeing you torturing yourself to find ways to keep them in your life. It destabilizes you. You can see that for yourself because I got you making decisions you wouldn't otherwise make, and you know it. You know it right here. I got you making decisions you wouldn't otherwise make or any way compromise yourself with, except for when you're tied to this person. So I know it's not good for you. I don't like the way you give away your power here and there. You opened up with the answer. You're closing with the same answer. And I'm sorry you had to put yourself through it a little more. But this time, the answer's stronger. Yeah, there's more heartbreak here. And Eight of Pentacles, the World, you're working on letting them go. You are. This time putting the work in. Really severing the ties. And disconnecting the 3D activity, it seems. And that's a start. We're going to take that. You found a way to keep that 3D activity going. It wasn't by a lot, but it was enough. And I don't like the way you compromised yourself to do it. Okay? And the Emperor, you're the Emperor on the other side of that world, I promise you. You'll be glad you did. They're an Empress, okay, fine, but you're an Emperor. You have power too. Take your power back. All right? Pluto, for some of you, 'tis the season now. I just happened to notice that was already outright. For some of you, Pisces, off chance, might be your Pluto placement, but it's speaking now to the time of transformation. Okay? All right. Reunion thoughts, isolating thoughts, and then perhaps some of you got a little mentally obsessed or mentally hooked on this idea of reunion. Maybe if we could just see each other again, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? No, you made a life-changing decision once. Again, all right? But man, you got all up in your head. Spiritual awakening, the higher self, activation. What do you believe in? Do you really believe in this? Or maybe it's time you started believing in yourself more. We have H, D, F, E, K, L, big dollar bill, indication of earth signs. Doesn't have to be, but, you know, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. And then we have the lotus flower, the beautiful unfolding. That is the lotus flower, excuse me. At first it doesn't make sense, and then we see how it unfolds, and it's called beautiful chaos. It makes sense in time if we allow things to unfold. Okay. Also, again, an indication of Scorpio season. Pisces, honey, I do hope this helped you. Just to be clear, I see you doing the right thing for yourself in the end. I promise you that cycle of pain will stop. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Cancer, what's up? What's going on? Send me Cancer, please. Let's see, Cancer. Past, present, future. Past, the sun, rising, the Hierophant. Present day, death. Before you, King of Swords. Outcome is the Three of Wands. What are we doing? You opened up with a blazing amount of sunshine, a happiness. In the past, recent or long ago, far away, but still happiness. Rising into a space of commitment, the Hierophant. You liked it so much you put a ring on it, I believe. And then death. Present day is changing. Before you, King of Swords, you know what you know. Focus. A lot of intellectual acknowledgement there. And Three of Wands. Waiting, maybe. Anticipating. Looking. Watching. What's going on? The sun. For some of you, lots of arguing. The sun in the past. Show me this. Show me this. This happiness, this sunshine. Nine of Cups. Temperance, the Seven of Wands. Oh. Okay. Well, thank you for showing me that. You're saying, you know, I devoted a big part of my energies, my spiritual self, to keeping this thing intact. Seven of Wands, Temperance, Nine of Cups. You did everything you could to keep the joy alive, the happiness alive. How you perceived this was largely positive, and you did your best to keep that perception alive, to hold it in high regard, to defend it, to show that which made you so happy. Patience. Patience, patience, patience. Consideration. And consolidation of difficult energies, whatever the case may be. You said you did your level best to defend it and uphold it high. Keep that standard alive. Keep the standard alive of hope, happiness, patience, kindness, and wish fulfillment. That's how you experience this. That's how you always wanted to experience this. You did your best to keep that standard high. Whatever this is, because I identified it as a happy thing in my life, I will show it patience and consideration, and I will deal with difficult emotions or situations as they arise. I will, because I want to maintain a happy perspective of this. It's wish fulfillment for me. I know it is. So you upheld a very high standard for happiness. Whatever it is, you gave it phenomenal patience, consideration, love. The Hierophant. You were very, very patient, kind, warm. Eight of Swords, confusion grew. Six of Wands. Five of Pentacles, the confidence waned. Over time. It didn't happen overnight. But you know, I see the commitment here. And now we have substantial doubts. Eight of Swords, Six of Wands, Five of Pentacles, all that goodness, the hope and the love and the patience deteriorated. Again, over time. I'm saying like a time-lapsed version of this. Eight of Swords, Five of Pentacles, so much confusion. What the fuck happened? What happened? Why am I here? Why are you here? Why are we here? I am so confused. How the hell did we go from that to this? I showed up. I know I showed up. I put this thing in high regard, as high as I could place it. I told myself I would do my part to keep this thing happy, healthy, and functioning. To be a source of light and patience for this. Reassurance and security, etc. All that. What the hell happened? I'm so confused, like I'm blindsided. Eight of Swords, Six of Wands, Five of Pentacles. What the hell's going on? And that's what we rose into with that commitment. So I can see where this made you very happy, and you did like it so much you put a ring on it. You were committed to it, even if it wasn't by paper or by ring. You committed to it via spirit. Okay? As you understood it, this is yours. And that you were in it. But you're also saying simultaneously, where the hell did it go? We don't feel so secure at this anymore. I haven't in a long time. Okay. All right then. Like always, take it resonates, leave it does not. If you do not identify with this reading at all, then that's perfectly fine. I understand that. Please check your other placements. Once more, I'm not telling you what to do. You're telling me what's up with you. People who get very, very angry about how dare you tell me. I'm not. You're telling me. Okay. I report. It's like reporting the weather, and you know how precarious that is. It can change. That's what energy is like. What I see for you now may not be what you experience tomorrow. A Ten of Swords. Da-da-da. The Wheel of Fortune, Five of Cups. Okay. I know. Let me emphasize this to you right now. That's the sorrow talking. That's the pain talking. Please understand that. I know you're at the height of it. You're in the thick of it. So once more, if it's not yours, check your other placements. Okay? So you're at the thick of it right now, and I know that's the pain talking. All this means nothing. That's not true. That's not true. Listen to me, that's not true. I know that's your pain talking. That's anybody's pain talking. We're in the middle of it. This thing is ending. It was all for nothing. No. No, you push back on that. You tell it to shut up. It served a purpose. It was here in your life for a reason. Okay? Ten of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, Five of Cups. I know. You're in it right now. It was not for nothing. It was not for nothing. Don't. You check that feeling. Allow it to pass through. But no, that's not true. It's not true. You push back on that. You push back on it hard. This has a purpose. It served a purpose, and it still does. Okay? I'm not telling you to change your mind. I'm not telling either one of you to change your mind. I'm saying this served a purpose. I promise. Sister, in the middle of it, why the hell would you be able to see that? Okay? That's the pain talking. You know, what happens? What happens? Like, say, because I still do this to this day, you know? I have flat feet, so I do it all the time. I will stub my toe. And that way that it's not just stubbing your toe, it hits a nerve of rage and sometimes weird sort of sadness that you can't quite define. It's like that's so stupid. Why did that happen? It's such a useless thing. Just stub my toe. How fucking useless is that? How stupid. Yeah, it's because everything, all the wrong signals, but technically the right ones, are shooting up my nervous system telling me this hurts and this hurts now. But my brain's like, why does that piece of furniture even exist? It's stupid. It shouldn't be there. What a waste of time and money that I bought it and I put it there just for me to stub my toe on it. How stupid. That's what you're going through. You committed to this, you bought into it because you understood one simple thing back then. It was the right kind of happiness for you. Sometimes that's all you know. Sometimes that's all you need to know. King of Swords. Okay. King of Wands, Knight of Wands, the Magician. Give this time. Give yourself time. Wheel of Fortune's here with Death. There's a whole thing that needs to happen here, honey, and I'm doing a consolidated version of what I'm looking at for you today. Okay. You seen those rough summaries? Yeah. Give yourself some time, please. Life is not over for you. On the contrary. I'd like to be there the day that energy kicks in. You're not going to recognize yourself. Goodness me. You're going to convert all this anger and this frustration and this pain and this sadness, and I promise you it's going to go like this. And it's going to shoot through you bigger than any stub toe ever could. What you experience so intensely now, heaviness and pain, I'm telling you, that turns on its head. And then you experience the opposite. Right? You're in the thick of it. You're in the throes of it. Give it more time. For many of you, it just started. So give yourself some grace here. It's in the Scorpio season for many of you. Give yourself some grace. Okay? This thing needs to play out the way it needs to play out. And I promise you, on the other side of this, and a part of you knows this, you really don't need the tarot lady to tell you, when your mind is ready to open up and focus on other things, you will, and it will be so freaking glorious. It'll be wonderful, and it will be natural, and you will feel 1,000 times lighter and freer than you had in a long time. So much freedom right here. So much rising masculine energy, as I often say when I pull the Pegasus. Simply, you understand that you have wings and that you're allowed to fly. A sense of openness and freedom, and life is my own. That will be yours before you know it. But right now you're in it, and you're still in the process of converting this, and it looks so fresh to me. It looks so fucking fresh, guys. You just started to convert this energy, honestly. So give yourself a break, please. It was not for nothing. Don't go down that road. Okay, feel it, allow it to pass, but don't go down the road. Don't get lost to that 5 of Cups, please. Otherwise, you will not recognize that you have wings. 3 of Wands. Anticipation. Looking forward to other things. Ace of Cups, 5 of Wands in the Tower. Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, good. Thank you for that. That helps me feel so much better about your reading today. And, you know, it's one thing when you see it. It's another thing to see it through someone else's eyes. And the thing is, it hasn't hit you yet. That's a little further out. I promise you, when you're out there and your energy is rising in such powerful ways, it's just feeling so unchained, so free. You're going to have that moment when you're looking out upon the world, and it's like you were on the precipice of opening up your life in a major way. You will be so glad that you walked. Not because of all the freedom you're experiencing, but because there's something about this. There's a lot about this that not only was it overdue, if you had continued to participate, the badness and the fighting wouldn't have stopped. You'll have that realization for yourself in future while you're out there looking so free and anticipating other things. You're also going to have that really weird insight that perhaps in the end the only way we could show affection to this, or they could show affection to you, I'm not doing a yours and theirs, but was by fighting. And that's not love. It's the way to keep you participating. It's a way to keep you going. Okay? In a weird way, it gives you motivation. But it's not love. Impassioned arguments and drama does not make up for the feeling of love. No. Yes, I understand. End of a cycle. Right there on the split. I understand. Oh, okay. I don't know where you'll be going next. That's another reading for another day. I'm glad that you gave yourself the wings to get there. Okay. But don't sit here and tell me this was all for nothing. No, it wasn't. Push and pull energy. Like I said, back and forth, push and pull, anger, frustration, this creating drama where there shouldn't be any. That is not a compensation for love. Somebody was clearly emotionally detached and had been for a long time. And they didn't know how to say it, so they picked fights. Abundance is near. The future is yours. There's much to look forward to still. Yes, absolutely. It's like, again, same card. Just, well, same concept, different deck. Cycles, completion, change. Yes, right now, as we speak. Okay? Okay. Trust me. It's the end of a cycle, but this is where you get your wings. All right? We have K, S, B. We have the medallion of Aries as well as VIRGO. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to this season. Might be important to you. Cancer, honey. Yours is not the easiest, but I have to say, and even though I got a very condensed version of it, I have to say it's quite something. The way that, again, given the passage of time, you were able to turn this around. And see the good in it. And see the good in it for you. But I can tell you this. These skills you opened up with, whatever it is you're disconnecting from is going to miss that. You were so patient. And honoring. Kind. Whatever it is you're disconnecting from is really going to miss that. I think you probably thought you were providing a sense of security and warmth for this person. To be their rock. Looks like they took the rock for granted. I don't see things like that too often. Patience. Warmth. Positive attitude. Encouraging. And the willingness to look at things for the long term. A lot of people kill for that. You know what I mean? I'm sorry that wasn't appreciated fully. If you ask me, skills like that are becoming less and less. So you take that with you as well. I hope that helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.